comrades, today is January 21, 2026, and the current time is 8:18 p.m. This is a general reminder that the administrator has complete and total access to all information being transmitted through our digital networks at all times, and nothing you do should be considered private. We have, unfortunately, seen some very private items that we ask that you please share on your home networks or on your cell service. That concludes today's announcements.
この番組はご覧のスポンサーの提供でお送りします。
Oh shoot. Okay, let me hide a bunch of these things real fast. There we go. It's me, the professional streamer who knows how to do things correctly and totally not doing this completely off the cuff and pretending like I know what I'm doing. That's right. I know how to play video games and how to do my stream, kind of, maybe, possibly. Hey, how are all of you doing, comrades? Having a fun... What is today? Wednesday? I'm already losing track of the days because at this point I don't even know what's what anymore. Hey! It's a game! Oh my gosh, oh no. Okay, I need to reboot the game. I was changing my audio settings, and apparently it decided to switch completely, like, what monitor it's showing on, and then decided to just break in half completely, so I need to reboot the game. They Are Billions is a little wonky like that, and it's just been a little rough. Anyways, how are you doing? Thanks, Zia Bozer, for that really cool 25 months. Oh my gosh, 25 months is a very long time, and I appreciate you sticking around for so long. Also, hello Zoingo and Boomhouse and Ray and Sun, and I think that's everyone who's... and Havel. And then Immortal, I know, also did the thingy too. How are all of you doing? I think I streamed this game, like, one time, a long time ago, but it's been so long that I actually don't remember how any of this works. So we're just gonna continue playing this, and we're gonna play the campaign. This is a game, if you don't know what this is, it's called They Are Billions. Came out in, like, I don't remember when this came out, like before COVID. I know it came out before COVID because I was playing this in college. And the craziest thing about this game is they basically dropped this, and then I think they never made anything else. Like, they made one of the best zombie survival RTS games I've ever played, and then they just never made another game. I'm sure they're working on something else, maybe, but they also haven't done any, like, major updates. Like, they just came in, released a fully complete functioning game, and they just left. And then they also did a couple updates every now and again. The game is actually very pretty, and you'll understand soon enough. So basically, it's a RTS game where you try to survive hordes and hordes of zombies while you're trying to defend your colony. There's some lore, and there's a whole campaign, and we're actually doing the campaign. I haven't done the campaign, and I've never finished it, so I would like to finish the campaign. Are we gonna finish it tonight? Probably not, because each of these missions takes like 2 to 3 hours, and if you wipe, you are wiping. Like, you don't get any mid-run saves. You are committed. Okay. Oh shoot, this is where I was at. Okay, so for example, here's an example of, like, what a map looks like. I do not remember I was in a mission. Let me see what my objective. What was my objective? Oh my gosh, I must have been... Okay, so anyways, we'll just get started, and we'll just pretend like I was doing this the whole time, because I don't want to reset anymore. We have 80 days to survive. We have to destroy all the villages of Doom, resist all the infected, and get our population up to 1,800. So, here's our little settlement right now with a population of 422. And eventually we need to start expanding out to figure out where else we can recover, or what else we can recover. So that's kind of the general gist of this game, and it'll be more self-explanatory as we play along. I was surprised when I did the poll how many people were wanting this game over something like Helldivers. I actually thought Helldivers might have won, and I would have had to try to figure out if I could stream, even stream Helldivers with my rig. But Helldivers didn't win in the end, so I was like, okay, I guess we're not doing Helldivers. So that's kind of where we're at. Horse game, people really want me to do horses. Or I know some people had mentioned, like, you should do, like, what was that game that just came out, Enfield? I was like, I'm not really interested in streaming Enfield, if that makes sense. Because I know Enfield's like the hot new thing that everyone's going to be playing. Because it's like, oh, it's the new gacha game. And I was like, I think I'm good. Did not have any desire to play it. Yeah, there's a bunch of hero levels on this. I don't like the hero levels either, so don't worry, you're not alone on that one. I don't find the hero levels particularly fun either. So don't worry. Me too. I also do not like it. So anyways, yeah, we have to start expanding out this way, but I need to figure out where I want to expand first, because wherever we expand, it's going to be under attack.
Orders, sir.
So we know the next attack is coming in a couple... Wait, oh jeez. We know the next attack is coming in about 12 days. That gives us time to start developing our army. We do have Soldier Center that's producing... we're going to start producing snipers. And I think that should be... and maybe a Great Ballista. So Great Ballista and a couple snipers should be good to get us started. But yeah, we're going to build a great wall to keep all the zombies out. Because these zombies are really annoying. So you can see right here, for example, we're just going to let them chill and vibe. The hardest part, honestly, might just be being able to remember that, like, I have to keep track of the game while also, you know, reading chat all the time. Because you'd be surprised at how difficult it can be to do both watching chat and also playing a strategy game. And I mentioned this before, but it actually becomes quite difficult over time. Also, I do need to add more windmills, because windmills are my power source, and we don't have nearly enough of these things. That should be fine. I don't actually remember the lore for this game, but at some point there's a giant zombie horde that pops up, and then it starts destroying everything and all that jazz, and shenanigans happen. These guys do have individual HP. The coolest thing about this game is how much, like, all the units, like, every zombie is, like, individually rendered, which is such a crazy idea to me. Like, I don't think I've ever really seen that, and I'm like, it's so cool to think about. Okay, we have our first set of soldiers. Let's put these out here, too. Oh, no, we're surviving still. Apparently, I had a run in already, so we're just going to continue the run that I had maybe started, like, a year or so ago. But I think it kind of just gets us right into the thick of things. So I was like, all right, that's fine. We'll just jump right into it. One of these things here. I'll also start expanding the wall. I think the wall needs to be a little bit bigger. I also have only a limited amount of workers, so I do need to keep track of that. Oh, we need to expand our power. By the way, your max building range is basically based off of these Tesla towers, so I need to start expanding our reach like this. So if I add towers, we can build more. Yeah, Software Inc. I like Software Inc. a lot, don't get me wrong, but I also understand that it's a very specific type of person that's going to want to watch a game like Software Inc. We're going to pull back. The spitters are getting a little too much. Too many spitters. Yeah, so you can see, like, the spitters are really annoying because they do AoE damage, and it's very easy to lose troops if we're not careful, so we're just going to keep moving. We might actually just bait them all out back here, and we'll start pulling some of the snipers out. Yeah. Yeah, so that's essentially the general gameplay. So again, I haven't done the campaign. I never finished it, but we're going to do this mission, which I don't remember what mission this is, honestly. And I'm just going to hope that I can survive, which, let's be real, knowing my track record is probably not going to be too good of a success. Also, okay, we're going to try to upgrade these as well. So yeah, so power is going to be one of our biggest resources that we're going to need. Also, you're going to set to prioritize highest level enemies. And then we can just pull these guys over here. They're going to pull them in. And then we'll just bunga those at some point. Anyways, how are all of you doing? Hopefully you're all having a good evening and you can all relax. Hopefully if you're in, like, Texas or whatever, or, like, the southern area, you're not going to be freezing to death. I know that's kind of, like, a big concern right now. I don't know if anyone pays attention to the weather or news, but let's just say it's going to be really rough tomorrow and tonight, I think, for a lot of people because of the weather. It's really nasty. Like, comically nasty how bad it's gonna be. So good luck, everyone. Don't die. Don't freeze to death. Okay, so I need to expand out. I'm gonna split this into two groups. So the reason I'm splitting into two groups is so that I can have one group go down here and one group go over I'm gonna go here. Have one group go explore this way and have the other group make sure this area is clear. Because I want to expand in this general direction, and I need to make sure I can wall this off, right? That's generally how it works. You have to make sure you can wall things off. By the way, if you ever think that... Oh, shoot. What's the button? There's a button for this. What's the button? Hold on. What's the button I'm forgetting? Here, show life force. F4. Is it F4? Yeah, so you can actually see, like, the grid if you really want to see, like, every single tile. But I think thematically we'll try to not use that as much as we can. Yeah, haven't you ever split up in the apocalypse? It's perfectly fine. People survive all the time after splitting up. Just don't die, Lamau. If you die, that's your own fault.
Great idea, sir.
Because I need to essentially build a wall around here, here, and probably approximately here. Because then we need to go out and destroy these things. These things are called Villages of Doom, and they are a disaster. They are filled with all sorts of undead that need to be purged from this realm. Hello, Kahila. Good evening. I think I purged a few down here, or we were in the middle of trying to purge them. Obviously, you can see our snipers are also comically slow, so we also need to be a little careful about that.
Bring 'em on!
No, but you can get access to flamethrower units, which I'm not sure if I have them researched yet. So keep that in mind. While that is an option, I don't know if we actually have it researched. I think I might plop a bank down here. And then we probably need to do the market. I think we have enough food for now. So yeah, we'll just pull this guy in the back, make sure he's at the highest priority, and then we'll just slowly start maneuvering our way down there. Oh. Yeah, see that AoE damage is a little nasty. Just set them to auto. We're gonna set them to attack move. How are you doing, Kahila? Hopefully you're having a good evening as well and you're not suffering. We're actually not. So the main issue right now is we're not producing enough stone. I don't know why the throw thingy doesn't work. Why did that not work? It should. There's your object. There you go. So, yeah, right now our biggest issue is we don't have stone, and we're going to need a lot of stone. And I believe this is stone right here. So that's why I want to clear this out. So, essentially, I have 10 days. I can try to rapidly expand out here now. Or we can just kind of take it slow and maybe not do that. I think what we'll do is we'll just rapidly push out, since we have a lull in the attack period. So, I'm going to just start building out these towers so we can get access to the stone, and we need to start expanding anyway, so this is perfectly reasonable. Perfect. Look at all those soldiers. You're fine getting ready for housekeeping duties, also gathering Mikus for a small what do you mean gathering Mikus for a project? What does it involve to grab Mikus for a project? Let's make sure these guys are also 2 highest level targets. Snipers are nice, but they do have really slow attack speed. Like, they take about, what? I don't remember. Like, they attack once every 2 seconds, whereas the soldier attacks, like, twice a second, which is pretty huge difference. Perfect, so the Tesla towers are getting expanded. What I'm also going to do is I'm going to grab a few... I'm going to recruit a few soldiers here. And then I'm going to pull the soldiers off of this tower. We're going to move them over here, just so that these areas that I'm about to expand upon aren't going to be randomly intruded upon by some questionable folks, you know what I mean? And then I need this to expand out, probably 1, 2 should be okay. And then I think this one I want... Here's okay, that's fine. There we go. And we'll do another one straight down the center if we had enough resources, but unfortunately we don't have money right now.
Commander?
Okay, so we can protect these. I'll do 2 of you over there, 2 of you over here, and then these 3 will stand right over here. Should be good to go. Just drawing a lot of them as single can. Oh, you're drawing a lot of Mikus. Speaking of stuff like Mikus, didn't they just announce that they're putting Kizuna Ai in Fortnite for some reason? I saw that the other day and I was like, why is Kizuna Ai, the OG VTuber, in Fortnite? I know they did the Miku thing a while ago, and I guess they decided, oh, you know what the kids love? They love this animes. So we're gonna put the anime in. We're gonna put Fortnite. We're gonna make the Fortnite anime stuff. And I'm like, this is just terrible to think about. The fact this is an actual thing that's happening now. Truly one of the weirdest timelines that we live in. Also, I think I would like more... We need more soldiers. Just keep slamming these out. So far you have Static, Rabbit Hole, Romeo and Cinderella rolling. Oh, you're drawing all the different Mikus. Got it. There's so many Miku types. I do like listening to Miku music, but I'm kind of at the point where I don't like I don't know what to call. Oh, see, look, this is why we're setting up like these blockade points, because you can see right here this giant stack of fine individuals have decided to show up, and now I got to make sure they don't destroy my work in progress towers. Yeah, see, they destroyed the tower immediately. Wasn't fast enough. This is why we're
Commander?
getting these set up. That's annoying, because how much time do I have? I have 9 days remaining. Okay. Just keep carving our way through this and it should be fine. Perfect. We actually have way too much wood is the other funny part. Also, while we're here, let's also expand the power out. Let's go here. I think that's good right there. Okay. Because we're gonna definitely start expanding this area with more houses. Because it's kind of hard to fit all the houses in here, you know, as much as we're trying. You know, we're working with what we got. Alright, just grab all this.
Reporting for duty.
Perfect. Okay, so just keep moving. And eventually we'll need to start pulling backwards. Okay, so now that we have this area kind of semi-sealed off, let's just start slapping out some defenses. We have stone. We'll just stone it like this. We'll do 2 small areas like this for now. Hopefully it's going to be enough, but corralling them into that tiny corridor is probably not the smartest idea.
My rifle is ready.
How much time do I got? Alright, I still need to get more citizens, which is really the big problem. And obviously we're still hunting down the remaining villages of doom. There we go. Let's pivot more. Yeah, this... I don't know how I'm going to wall this off. Sometimes you don't need a wall, but a lot of times a wall is going to save you a lot of headache. Put that there. And I think this over there is fine, because we got to keep expanding over here. And I know we're going to need more resources anyway, so let's just build this out. I think that seems good. Perfect. And let's just make sure we have enough power. Let's also start slapping down a couple houses. Uh-oh. I want to make sure this is appropriate looking. Don't want to distract from the Harry Potter thing? What do you mean distract from the Harry Potter thing? Wait, did Fortnite do a Harry Potter collab? Why? I mean, I get why people love the collab stuff, but I just always think it's so tacky. I know Call of Duty started doing that ever since Fortnite made it, like, super popular, because I remember seeing a clip of Call of Duty Warzone. And if you've never played Warzone, it's a battle royale, right? Call of Duty used to market itself as, like, some kind of super serious, you know, gamer shooter type thing that was, like, semi-realistic military shenanigans. And then, for whatever reason, they started to lean super hard on the Fortnite-ification of the game, and now I saw like a Fallout collab where your soldiers are in the tack armor, or I don't know what they're really called in the world of in the world of Fallout, but it's really dumb. I think it's the collab with the TV show or something. Let's pull back. We're taking a little too much damage. Yeah, you can see there's a lot of them coming in, so we'll just stand right about here, and then we'll turn around and start blasting. There we go. Start killing them. Okay. Make sure we have a few more days still. I do need to keep expanding out a little bit. I think what we'll do is wall from about here. I don't think this is even usable resources, right? Oh, it might be. So maybe we do need this. What can I grab with this? I don't know my hotkeys, by the way. So you can't quarry this for resources, which is really funny. So maybe we just ignore that for now. But I do need to figure out what tiles I want. Probably could seal this and this off as 2 separate layers. In fact, that's probably what I'll do. We'll do 1 wall here and 1 wall here. 2 separate walls might be a little hard to manage, but I think it's probably the correct decision to make. Let's expand here and keep expanding down this line here. Yeah, they're actually cold keys. I've never been good at using my hotkeys in RTS games, is my personal hot take. I am actually terrible at it. So, the more you know, I guess. I've just never been really good at such mechanical intricacy. How are you doing, Fear? Do you like this game? COD Zombies is always silly. COD Zombies has always been silly, yes. I do agree with that. COD Zombies never really made any sense, but it was never meant to make sense anyways. I am out of wood, so I cannot make a tower, because I need wood for that. Okay. So if we're constantly out of wood, what I do need is I need a warehouse. I also need a sawmill. I can just plop this, like, right here. Maximize our saw gains. Should be fine. That's a good mix. Yeah, exactly. That's kind of how I always thought. It's a very nice game if you're, at least, you know, if you enjoy this type. Plus, I mentioned it earlier, but they literally just made this game and they just never made another banger like this. This is the last game that they made and they're just like, we're just done. Maybe they're working on something else in the background. I don't know. Thanks, Luminos Soul VT, for the follow. I assume you are a VTuber based on your name alone. Welcome aboard, fellow tubers. I think we'll just go here. Okay, so I think we'll expand up to here and we'll wall this off. Let's go back temporarily. Okay, so now this area is kind of relatively sealed. For now, I think we can get away with a wood wall because it's cheap. Put a gate. How do I rotate this again? Oh my goodness, it's middle click to do that. Okay, how do I rotate this? Oh shoot, I forgot how to rotate. I actually forgot how to rotate something. Wait. How do I do this again? Flat mode. Okay, middle mouse is what I was using. Game. Okay, blah 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 blah. Is it right click? Am I crazy? Right. Oh, tab. I just realized that says right there. Hold tab or press tab. But I'll take one as a fact. I don't know. Hot takes, cold takes, it's all the same in the end anyways. Everyone's opinionated. And everyone's always going to say that their opinion is the only correct opinion. When in reality, all of our opinions are garbage. Remember that. Just because you have an opinion doesn't mean your opinion's going to be correct. Everyone's a critic, and everyone's going to always say, my opinion's the correctest opinion. When in reality, all of our opinions are garbage. Okay? It's only that some of us have less garbage opinions than others. And as a streamer, it means my opinion is the absolute 100%ist most realist opinion of all time, and I will not take any dissent. Only my opinion is true. That's how it works. I'm sorry, I don't make the rules. Don't you know? That's why you watch streamers, right? Because you want to watch them for their super normal and very valid hot takes. I can't even say that seriously on it, honestly. I do think a lot of people, especially content creators, think themselves really highly when it comes to their opinions. And let's be real, most people have really garbage opinions. Like, a lot of people should not be allowed to have opinions, is my hot take. Some people should not have the right to have an opinion. I'm actually gonna put this over here. We'll put 2 towers over there, and then we'll put another one over here. We'll do here, 'cause I haven't made a gate here yet, and then this area we'll need to start walling off. So we'll probably just do like a convex. I don't know if convex design makes any difference or not. This one's gonna be a straight wall here.
Building completed.
So while we're doing this, let's keep hunting down stuff, and let's start moving some of these soldiers over here. So let's also all these guys over here. What do you mean typical professor? Just because I say hi, my opinion is the most importantest opinion, right? I was kind of surprised that I legitimately would have streamed Helldivers, I think, if people wanted Helldivers. I actually haven't touched Helldivers since, like, in a couple months, and I've been kind of having a hankering to playing the game again, which is why I really considered it, because Helldivers, I think, is a really fun game. But I also understand it's not everyone's favorite game, because it's a very intense title. Okay, I don't know where to dump this. I don't know where I can even dump this warehouse. Probably just dump it over here. It reaches a good chunk of buildings. Yeah, this is probably fine. Yeah, it's fine. That's okay. Okay. I need the warehouse so I can have more resources available to me. So I think we could get the shock tower and the foundry. Foundry would get me the iron units. I think this would get me access to, like, flamethrowers, but I guess we'll do it right now. It's fairly early anyways. Okay, we're gonna need a lot of turrets too. Let's also get the wall built. We're gonna build a wall to protect our dear citizens from the dangers that dangers abound. And then let's start adding one of these. I like putting one of these in each of these towers. This should be easy enough for them to rip apart. I do need to put a gate here, though. I almost forgot to put a gate. Okay. See, this is always the issue. The spitters are, like, probably one of the scarier enemies to deal with. We haven't even run into the boomers or, like, the titans yet, so that'll be fun. Alright, so now we gotta start ripping through this building. Still need to reach the maximum population that I need, which is, like, some 1,800. Okay. So this area still is not complete. So let's just make sure this is fully walled. Because the thing is, I don't know where the enemy will be approaching from. And until I know where the enemy's approaching from... Oh shoot, I forgot to put a gate here. Then it's very difficult to plan where to go, if that makes any sense. I'm trying to think what else I wanted to say. I was also surprised that not a lot of people wanted Star Sector, but maybe it's because maybe people are burnt out on Star Sector. I don't know. I feel like I've noticed that there's like a very odd audience difference in like what I do on Twitch versus what I do on YouTube, at the very least. Which I don't know if that makes any sense what I'm about to say, but I've noticed, like, for example, people on YouTube really like the more, you know, blowy uppy games like Hearts of Iron versus folks on Twitch who are just here. You've all been here forever, like the things that I've, you know, always been doing, which I appreciate. Just a very interesting observation about like the games that people like to observe. Oh, I almost ran into something. Okay, we got the warehouse going. That's good. So I need more troops. I need more soldiers. We're not gonna have enough soldiers for this. I could probably get away with putting down the ballista towers. I do like the ballista towers. They're not the most efficient units, but they are fun to have. And if you're not paying attention, sometimes the ballista towers can just be kind of good to have as a backup unit attacking certain areas. So we'll put a few here. Especially because I don't have enough walls here. There we go. We have about 6 days until we're attacked again. Alright, the foundry's ready for us to build, although I don't think we can afford it. We do need more food. So one of the biggest issues on this map is there's not a lot of food. You can see we have a couple farms up here. You need food to make workers. You need workers to build buildings. It's a never-ending cycle. So we gotta make sure we can at least fix that up. I don't think there's anything up here, right? We're approaching the edge of the map anyways. Let's go down here. Yeah, that's the edge of the map anyways. Just keep exploring this area. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull the snipers back. Let's pull the snipers back to base. They're not needed over there anymore. The main footmen can keep walking around and hope they can run into something.
Alright.
Because again, we gotta clear out all the villages, and I think we've cleared out a good chunk of them, but there's this one down here.
Reporting for duty.
Okay. I do need more food. Okay, so let's start also resources farm. And put one hereabouts. Can't fit one in here. There's literally no room for it, which is really annoying. We could probably fit one over here. 44 food, 42. So 50, I think, is fine. Here, give me a little bit more food. Double your walls right before the huge wave hit and didn't leave a gate. Oh, you just committed. I mean, that's not a bad idea. Like, if you can full commit, that's fine too. Usually for the early waves, I just like to have a bunch of troops being able to freely move around, and I'll reallocate them as needed, right? Having multiple walls is generally a better idea, and I'll explain that in a bit. Why can't I put this here? Oh, wait, no, that doesn't make any sense. Cancel this one. Should be able to build a wall here. I think I also see people play this game like 500% threat, no pause. I think we're playing at 100% difficulty, but the people I see that are on YouTube, they're like, oh, yeah, we're here to do like the 500% no pause challenge. I'm like, how are you people doing this? Like, this just seems a little absurd, if that makes any sense. Like, I don't know how they pull it off. Like, that just seems crazy to me. I'm gonna put a lookout tower here. I don't think you really need lookout towers most of the time, but I like building them. Yeah, 500% no pause is insane to me. It's great. It's crack. These are people who are very, I don't know, I guess good at this type of title. I'm still concerned like we might not actually have enough defenses to deal with the wave. So I'm hoping that we will, but gonna have to start slapping out more walls, more gates. Right now, my biggest issue is I don't actually have enough food, money income So you get income. You see these resources. Oh, I'm actually blocking the way. Okay, so you see those resources there, right? That is an approximate every 8-hour income, kind of ish. And so you get most of your money, for example, like your citizen income comes from your houses. So by upgrading the dwellings to tents, you know, getting them into better houses, they'll keep giving more money, but they need wood to do more things. So I need to start building more sawmills. Each tile can only be worked by a single building. So for example, I can put a sawmill here, but I can't really put a sawmill here because this one's already working those there as well. So yeah, we need wood. It's very similar, like, you know, you need pylons. Well, we need wood. I need another tower here, but I don't know if I can afford it. There we go. That should be good. Okay, so this is probably the one that's like, this is probably the weakest area right here. I'm actually gonna destroy this. Move this out of there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna double layer. I'm gonna like quadruple, triple, whatever layer you want this. The other thing I need rangers. So there's a troop unit that I like called rangers because these things are incredibly fast and you can use them to peel zombies. And that'll make sense once we start having to peel zombies away from our main area, if that makes sense. By the way, these houses you can upgrade, but they do start to consume more electricity. For example, right now this is what's called a cottage, but then I can upgrade it to a stone house, and they will provide even more money, but they will also consume even more food. So that's kind of the trade-off. I probably could build a foundry, which would start allowing me to start unlocking iron-based units, but it does require a lot of resources that I just, quite frankly, can't be bothered to absorb that cost right now, especially because this mission is going to last until probably day 50, is my guess. Or day 80, so maybe we just get to day 80. The thing is, like, eventually you'll reach a point in these missions, like, if you're pretty decent, where at this low level, like, there's not a lot of challenge right now. Like, you can see, like, I'm just in a chilling, waiting for the enemy phase because I'm waiting until day 30. You produce power by making these mills, for now. So every mill, which has to be spaced about 4 tiles between each one, produces 30 energy, but you require 4 workers for each of those. Each of these buildings produces a certain amount of workers. Like the stone house can hold up to 16 colonists, and you get about half of those as workers. This tent, for example, only produces 4 colonists with 2 workers. So basically, they start to double up in each tile of space that they consume. So that's why my priority is maybe not upgrade the cottages to... Don't upgrade the cottages into stone houses first. Upgrade the tents into cottages first, and you'll be in a much better position. And your citizens only fill up once the train comes in, which comes in about once per day. So you can see they just came in, so they just filled these up with fresh new citizens. And then we're going to start upgrading all those as well. I hope I have enough defenses. I may not actually have enough defenses. And again, I could be more aggressive with my expansion, but I think I'm okay just building up right now just because I want to be 100% sure that I'm not going to whiff these missions. As someone who hasn't played this game in a while, I prefer the security of not failing a stage, if that makes sense. What I will do, however, is I will start plopping down more ballistas. I like these things. These things aren't the best, but they're fun. Can I just not afford it? Oh, that's fine. We'll put one there. Ballistas for everyone. And you can get... We do have access to other towers, like shock towers and all that other shenanigans. But for now, this is what we got. And it's perfectly reasonable to use whatever we have available to us. For example, right now we need food, so I'm going to start adding fishermen's huts. So these will just go to the local water side and just be like, ah, fish. Delicious. I like fish. Speaking of which, oh my gosh, I finally started... I was having a stomachache earlier. And I finally, you know, I got so sick of it that I was like, I need to eat something. I went to Taco Bell, and I was so happy. I had not had Taco Bell in a while, and my eating that burrito, for some reason, did the opposite of what you would expect it to. It didn't kill my stomach. It actually freed my... It actually made my tummy hurt less, which was such a weird feeling. I don't know if it's because I've just been desperate for solid foods after, you know, all the pain and agony that I've been through, but, like, the Taco Bell unironically helped me out, and it was so heavenly. No, you don't understand, Immortal. It was such a good thing to have in my stomach. I was like, oh, Taco Bell. Sometimes Salvation comes in the strangest of places, and I guess for me, Taco Bell was the salvation for today. Because boy, let me tell you, that cheesy beef burrito hits completely differently
Reporting for duty.
when all you've been eating is soup for the last couple days and mashed potatoes and mac and cheese. I was like, oh my god, the cheesy beef burrito. And I've been able to eat corn chips slowly too, which was so nice. I was like, oh, I'm in heaven now. Oh, let's add the foundry here. So I'm gonna put the foundry. Not really a spot to put it back here, so I'm just gonna plop it right next to the warehouse, and this will start allowing us to research the upper end units, iron-based units. Although it does eat up a lot of our electricity, so we do need to start building more mills again because you can see we're out of electricity. Oh my gosh, I'm talking way too fast, aren't I?
Reporting for duty.
Okay, here's a thought experiment. When I talk in these games, do you prefer a more calm, relaxed style of yapping, or do you prefer more aggressive, like my normal super fast talking? How do you build with iron? So we are using iron already, so we don't need the foundry to build snipers. You just have access to them, and we have been farming iron because it's an iron node over here, and that's why we're able to build snipers. There we go, look at that. Look at how beautiful that is. We're gonna upgrade these, I think, as long as we can afford it. I do need more mills. Find my fast speech calming. Is it really calming if I'm like aggressively talking? Sometimes I feel like I'm hyped out. I'm not hyped up, like coked up, and I'm like, oh, I need to slow down my speech and just chill and vibe. You know what I mean? Because I watch some of my streamer friends, and like they're calm, and then there's me, and I'm like, I am just, or rapid fire talking here. So I think I can go this way. In the way, that's annoying. That's fine. I guess if your ADHD brain needs stimuli, that's fair enough.
Commander,
Let's pull these guys in there.
all the way.
This squad's probably ready to go strike out. Where's my rangers? I need to make sure I have a ranger in each area, because a lot of times I do use the rangers as sacrificial units.
Yes.
So
What do you want?
I'm willing to sacrifice a ranger. I'm not willing to sacrifice a soldier.
I need to kill something.
Oh wait a second. Did you just walk past that? Oh shoot, that's not sealed. Alright, well, I'm glad we were testing that, because I thought that was completely sealed off. That was in fact not sealed off, and that could have been very, very bad. Okay. Everyone has their own vibes, and the vibe changes from day to day. That's fair. That's fair. I mean, like, I know I always ask all these questions about, like, opinions and stuff, but I think I've just been in a state as a streamer of, like, trying to figure out, like, what am I actually doing? Am I actually doing something right, or am I doing everything wrong? I think it also doesn't help that the Twitch, like,
Tell me what to kill.
whatever they did recently just had such a huge negative impact on my attempts at maybe getting bigger on the platform, and if that makes sense. I'm not trying to sound like I'm not grateful. I am incredibly grateful. It's more just like, man, Twitch really put a damper on anything that I was trying to do, and it sucks. You know what I mean? Like, that's kind of why I bring it up, and why I've been like questioning a lot more of like, what am I actually doing? Am I doing something right, or am I doing everything wrong? Let's get rid of this guy. There we go. You could just build, by the way, straight into cottages, but I don't really want to afford the resources. I think these tents are perfectly fine. Basically, oh right, we should probably start upgrading some of these walls too. We have enough stone, but we don't have enough gold. By the way, it's about 13 hours, so we're gonna hope that whatever defenses I have set up is gonna be more than enough to survive the coming onslaught, which it might be. It's kind of up in the air. We've got a decent amount of defenses. We got some turrets. This area is a little rough. Probably what I'm gonna end up doing
Is ready.
is if they try to come up here, I'm actually gonna try to bait them down here where there's a lot more soldiers that can handle that threat. That's why we build the rangers, so they can just kind of act as bait. But yes, the ow, that was weird. That was a weird tooth pain. Is it time to take my medicine? I'm not due to take it for like another hour. I could probably wait another hour past that. I'll just take it right before I go to bed.
Just guide me to
I'm
the
surprised how well, like, how well my pain management has been for this tooth extraction, but it's also just kind of, I'm perpetually on medication for this. You can't be in pain if you're constantly medicated.
I need to explode a skull.
I do need me pills, sonny boy. Give me my meds, dang it. They help me see into the light. Alright, I can't actually upgrade these yet. We can probably start upgrading the small ones then. Okay, day 30. The horde should be arriving soon. Question mark. There it is. By the way, here we go. So we can get wire fence traps, radar towers, advanced quarries, advanced farms, advanced mills, executors, which is a tower. We could also get the engineering center, and this is where we can build things like the Thanatos, the mutants, the Titans, and the Lucifers. Okay, so they're coming from the... Oh, they're coming this way. Right. So here's my biggest concern. This area does not nearly have enough defenses for this. So what I'm gonna likely end up doing is I'm gonna take a ranger and try to split this stack into 2, if not 3 categories, or if not 3 different areas. And then that way I can pull some of them southbound.
Tell me what to do.
I believe the Thanatos is like a giant flamethrower unit.
That will be easy.
Also, by the way, if you're on a tower, your range is a lot higher, so keep that in mind, which is why we're also making use of these. Yeah, so we're gonna have to be the strategy. So we're gonna get our we're gonna get ready for sacrifice with the rangers again, because I'll pull them from here and we'll try to bait at least a chunk of them, because this stack can probably deal with some of it, but not all of it. And that's kind of the logic that I have. And I'm gonna pull
Tell me. Commander?
additional soldiers onto these towers here. Make sure these towers are fully filled up. The snipers also have max range.
For duty.
They do have very high range. We'll try to bait them. And worst comes to worst, I'm gonna pull this giant doom stack
On
and
your orders.
just kind of figure out where I can finagle them. For example, I'll pull this unit, this stack here. Worst comes to worst, you can sacrifice your troops if you have to. Never feel bad about killing your soldiers for your survival. Yeah, you can see like they're coming in now, so we're gonna move over here real fast and just kind of see how big is the horde we're dealing with. Oh, yeah, oh, that's spitter. Ooh, that's nasty. See how that spitters? Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna try to bait some of them over here. There we go. Try to pull them. And I will be pausing and unpausing constantly just so I can make sure I do this correctly. Try to just keep moving. Skedaddling. Because we do have units that can shoot them, but you know, it's better to just try to gun some of them down. Oh, look at that. See that horde? Alright. So at least we pulled off a decent chunk of them.
Reporting for duty.
Okay, this one's moving. Yeah, you can see like their AoE is a little rough. Keep moving, keep moving. Oh, that horde is way big. Yeah, they're already ripping through the walls. Soldiers are dying left and right. Gotta pull them back a little bit.
On your orders.
I think the ranger is trying to run away. This one needs to run away. Oh, that ranger died. Alright, well, we pulled off a decent chunk of them. Alright. So this mission is basically spitter hell, which is really annoying.
Reporting for duty.
Okay, so there's the rest of the wave that survived, that didn't pull off. Not too bad. We managed to make it. Not a super bad wave, but the biggest issue is that spitters have a lot of AoE, and that is very bad for us. For me. So I need to find out a way. I mean, snipers are probably the easiest solution to deal with them, but I don't really want to rely on snipers for everything. Anyways, we lost one ranger. Next wave is in 15 days. So we're going to use those 15 days to start developing our new troops. Engineering center for the... Maybe we just go sniper spam. Maybe sniper spam would not be the worst idea. Advanced farms and advanced quarries can also not be a bad idea to get more stone quickly. I think we'll do the advanced farm first. That's probably the better solution, as we will need more food to feed our hungry soldiers.
Just guide me
We're gonna send this giant stack down over here to start dealing with these villages of doom as well. Might as well start dealing with these problems one at a time.
Attention. Building
So yeah. Also talking about VTuber stuff. I forgot what I was talking about specifically, but it was probably something silly and not really relevant. But anyways, I've just been seeing. Also, I also noticed a lot of people have been moving to Blue Sky again. It's like the second wave of Blue Sky people, I guess, because of that whole AI art thing that Grok started doing. That people are very much not fond of, and I'm definitely not fond of it either. So we'll see if people stick to Blue Sky. As much people always say like, oh, I'm gonna switch to this other platform, but very seldom will people actually commit to staying to that platform unless that platform already has a lot of people on it. The main issue with things like social media is that a lot of them live and die by how many people are willing to stay on that platform, right? That's kind of the same issue that, you know, every social media platform in existence has had since the dawn of time. Oh, that's a lot. Oh, hello. That's a lot of dudes. Okay, we haven't even made it to the thing yet. I wish this mission was just regular zombies. I don't like fighting spitters. Spitters suck. Alright, keep moving. Because the spitters have such a super long range, and I don't like dealing with that. I mean, I could just win with a giant army of snipers, but one, snipers are expensive, and two, they're slow, so if you misposition them even slightly, you're just completely screwed. I can pull some of these guys back. Ooh. Okay, let's get access to the engineering center, and let's start upgrading some of these farms. Just kidding, I don't have oil. We need oil. We need oil. We need gold to get oil. All right, so we're gonna wait until we have gold. Okay.
Waiting on orders.
There we go. I think having a lot of explosive units will probably help us out a lot too when we're dealing with some of these other threats. If they just came in from the north, they're unlikely to come from the north again. They're probably gonna come from this direction, the south or east.
Tell me.
They're probably gonna come from the eastern direction or southern direction.
Sniper is ready.
Come on, there we go. Look at that. Look at how quickly they fall. I love it. By the way, your units do get EXP as they fight longer, so keep that in mind. Their damage, the damage on these guys, like these units, like nearly double, and their attack range goes up ever so slightly. So that's why you do want to send the non-veterans out here to kind of get EXP.
Let's go.
In fact, I might need to start sending some of the, like this stack here can probably go down here too. More learning experiences for them. What was I waiting for? Oil. We need oil, so we're gonna go build a oil well, which is this little thing, and then that'll get us oil. Is there any other oil nodes? Not right now. Okay, that's it. Beautiful. Look at how quickly they start ripping and tearing. All right, while we're doing this, we need more power. So why don't we just keep slapping down more mills, because that's all I can afford to do. More windmills. More power. This probably looks terrible, but it works. God, this is such a dumb thing to look at. Okay, that should be fine. What else was I gonna talk about? I've already forgotten because I've just been talking way too much. I really need to start coming up with like a list of topics and things like that before I do some of these streams, because I've learned I used to be able to like come up with topics on the fly, but I also understand not everyone wants to hear about like VTuber things all the time, even though I like looking at VTuber shenanigans. But VTubering world has been kind of quiet, aside from like every now and again you hear about like, so this VTuber has, you know, actually been a grifter of some kind for the longest time, and now everyone's hating her or something like that, which happened recently for some VTubers that I was vaguely aware of. Not really ones I watched, but people that I was not, you know, I was at least in the, some people I knew were in those circles. Okay, so, oh, we don't have enough oil. We need 20 oil for this upgrade. That's a lot of oil. This stack of people actually is a little too much. Ooh. I mean, V-Shoujo's been like, oh geez, I just lost a lot of troops. You just saw like a bunch of them get ripped apart. Yikes. Oh my goodness, they're just getting dissolved. Oh no, whoops, I accidentally shot my own unit.
The train has arrived at the station.
We gotta make sure we're making more soldiers. I think I actually need more snipers.
Units under attack.
The main issue with snipers is that they attack super slow, so just keep that in mind.
For the humans!
Yeah, I don't have a good, easy way to deal with spitters. There's used to be a strategy for this,
Let's go.
and I cannot remember. My strategy is just dump people onto like towers, and I don't know. It's usually good enough. We'll also upgrade the turrets. There we go. V Shoujo. I still remember V Shoujo when back in their heyday before they became
Sniper is ready.
vegan. I don't know. I'm not gonna be mean about it, but God, how do you mismanage something like V Shoujo? Like, how are what was the thing with like these VTuber corporations and stuff? Is like, what is your actual end state for making money? Right. I always wonder, like, how are they actually planning on becoming profitable? I know not everything's about making money and making a profit, but let's be real. It's a business, right? So they needed to have a way to actually create some kind of, you know, income. And what was their plan? Like, if you own all the rights to the characters, right, like HoloLive does,
All right.
or Niji Sanji, you can make a lot of money off like merchandising and, you know, things of that nature, right? It makes a lot of sense.
On your
But like a lot of times when I was seeing these like V Shoujo, like they were just bleeding cash, because remember they were spending hundreds of thousands of dollars on like R&D for like VTuber technology type thing, like, oh, here's a backpack rig so this VTuber can quote unquote travel and see, you know, be at a con in person, quote unquote, but virtually. Because I remember seeing that. I remember seeing Giga and some other people at an anime convention that was near me doing exactly that, and I was like, whoa, that's kind of cool. But then I'm like, how much does this cost? It sounds like it might be cheap because all it is just like, you know, so it's a camera rig, but it's more, these things are more than just camera rigs. Like, there's a lot going on under the hood.
Guide me to the infected. Great idea.
Yeah. Yeah, it's actually kind of, I won't lie, it is kind of refreshing that VTuber news has been a little light as of late, because every now and again it's like, oh, VTubers are in the news because they did something stupid again, or this VTuber's caught, you know, committing wire. Like, if you ever see me on VTuber news, it better be because I committed wire fraud, okay? If you ever see me on VTuber news and it's not in a negative way, it better be because at least I committed wire fraud, because at least that would be interesting. At least having the words, this VTuber committed wire fraud, would be hilarious, okay? I also just don't check Twitter. That's also true. I've been kind of trying to wean myself off of Twitter recently, because Twitter has just been kind of like a disaster area as of late. My Twitter feed has been a lot of clothes and just like cozier things recently, like a lot of cutesy anime stuff rather than VTuber and VTuber drama. I think the algorithm has decided that I am not interested in a lot of the more crazy nonsense that's been ongoing for quite some time. My mouth still hurts really bad, and I don't know how to make that go away. Oh wait, we can build the 40 stone, and we can build the engineering center so we can get the most strongest units, which I do want to see what they look like. I mean, maybe it is that time of the year for VTubers to just commit some of the most heinous acts of debauchery you've ever seen,
Is everything
right?
okay?
I don't know. I also don't like being like, the thing is, I will say, the one thing I always will say about this thing is I will try to avoid talking negatively about individual VTubers unless they are so heinous or just so comically bad that I can't not talk about it. Because a lot of times it's not, you know, it's not any individual VTuber's fault that something silly is going on, right? Oh, we got all the villages of doom, so we just have to survive until day 80 now. That's easy.
Great idea,
I think.
sir. Our soldiers are in trouble.
Hello. Oh, hello. That's a bunch of spitters.
Ready and waiting.
Let's grab all this real quick. We do need more workers, so I guess we're gonna start upgrading these. Start upgrading the inner ones. There we go.
Commander?
Perfect. You don't go on Twitter or Blue Sky? Yeah, exactly. You're on VTuber just because I'm dead or I gave 100 $1,000 to some reputable charity. Yeah, the charity is called me. I'm the charity.
Understood.
I'm a charity case. Oh my goodness.
On your orders.
Oh shoot, this is actually a very dangerous spot for these guys because oh boy, I might actually lose all these. See, this is the scary part about spitters.
Easy.
Yeah, I hate that AOE so much. Let's just
All the way.
we'll see if we can bait them over here because the snipers can probably take care of that, a good chunk of them. As long as we have vision, we should be fine. By the way, we can start making new units. So we have the Lucifer. It is not cannot attack through walls, but is immune to fire. I think that's the only one I have unlocked. So I guess if we really want, we can build one Lucifer. Yes, this very reputable charity that I happen to own and have a stake in. Yeah, we call it Oaks Trees for Kids program, where we're gonna give every single kid in the world their own tree to take care of. And by kid, I mean my shareholders, and by tree, I mean money.
Waiting on order.
Evil. Actually, I do. I know we're joking about this, but I do like those business type games, and I do kind of want to play a few more of them on stream again. That's why I liked what's it called? That's why I like Software Inc. because Software Inc. is basically a software. You know, it's technically a business simulator. I don't know if anyone else is like really into business sims, but I grew up playing business simulator titles. Like, I don't know why that's the genre that I, as a child, really latched onto, but it is. Like, I grew up playing things like Industry Giant by the now defunct Joe Wood Studios, obviously SimCity. I started playing SimCity 2000, then 3K, and obviously 4, Roller Coaster Tycoon, Zoo Tycoon, basically the entire Sims franchise. And a lot of those. Oh, by the way, here's our really cool unit. This is called the Lucifer. Look at that bad boy. He's got fire. He will burn things. He speaks in a very raspy voice. No one knows if he's a machine, a human, or a ghost from hell. What do you mean? You literally built the thing. How do you not know if this is a human or not? You literally built it. What do you mean? Did the engineers just somehow capture the soul of a fire elemental and shove it into a suit of armor? Who knows? This game's lore is just all over the place, but I'm all for it. I think it's hilarious. Do you mean the Lord or Lady plot of land in Ireland? Yeah, I heard about that too. That's really funny, actually.
Tell me what to do.
Yeah, come here and I will give you your own plot of land. I will. It's 100% for realsies in your name. Trust in me. It's funny when business game is so thorough, it can go run tax fraud, become you. Exactly. I mean, that's what that's really why I enjoyed Software Inc. because in late game Software Inc., which we haven't gone to get to that point on stream. But if you play Software Inc. super late game, you legitimately can commit tax fraud. It's one of the funniest things ever, because you literally try to maximize your profit. So in multiplayer, from what I've seen, multiplayer runs in that game get super silly because you're trying to like outpace your opponents as quickly as possible, right? And so you can do all sorts of nasty things like buying out their stock, like parts of their stock portfolio, committing R&D theft, you know, things like that, in order to have that slight edge over your opponents. Hi, Ranu, how are you doing? Well, we're doing the campaign, but we're doing 100%. I probably could have done 200%, honestly. I don't remember what's the correct strategy to deal with spitters, so if you have any idea, please, I'm all ears. Because, God, I hate spitters. These things are awful to deal with. Actually, I can probably add some turrets here, too. Just add some walls here. Yeah, we've already cleared most of the objectives. So we've cleared out the villages of doom. It's just a matter of can we get to the 1800 population. And we're about halfway through, which is pretty good. Let's expand the farms a little bit, because I know we're going to need a lot of those. Also, the mills are now the advanced mills. Look at those bad boys. I love it. We could also probably start researching... Ooh, actually... wire traps or radar. I think radar tower would probably be better. This mission particularly is very green. This mission is very green. A lot of the other ones, because we're like in the late campaign now. Yeah, we'll do radar tower next. It's fine. Actually, how do I get more iron? Is there any way to up... Oh, I think we can upgrade the mill or the quarry. There is... I think there was an iron patch somewhere. There's an oil patch there, but I can't really bothered. Have you never heard of this game getting a sequel? Because they... Okay, so... Okay. I mentioned this earlier, but the developers just have not... Like, okay, so first of all, the developers never released any DLC for this game. They just released it, and then that was it. And then they just never did anything else with it. Like, I don't know if they're working on something else, but as far as I know, that's just it. So it does have a proper campaign ending, yes.
Sniper is ready.
I vaguely remember reading that another game that I had streamed once before called Cataclysmo, which was a similar horde-based survival RTS strategy game, is actually partly made by people who'd worked on this title. And so that might be like the spiritual successor essentially to Cataclysmo. And I believe that game actually is now fully complete, because when I streamed it, it was early access, but now it's like done. But yeah, they just did one game. Now the thing is, this game does have a pretty good level editor, so people do make their own custom campaigns, which is quite nice. I'm gonna pull these soldiers out. Yeah, that game I know was fairly recent, and it was fun. I played it on stream, at least the demo version of it, when Hooded Horse gave me a key, and I was like, this is solid game. It's good game. It's not bad game. It's quality title. So, I don't know. The thing is, it's very rare to see a game that just comes out and it's just like, yeah, this is just done. Nowadays, everything's like, oh, you gotta have like... I see this when I browse Steam. People will complain if your game does not have like perpetual updates. It's so interesting to see, because I think gamers are so used to everything needing to be like perpetually updated with new content all the time. And if you're not constantly updating your game with new content, then your game's obviously a failure. But it's something that I've just observed when I would kind of browse Steam looking for titles where it's like, oh, this game's complete, but they just haven't really done stuff. Oh, we have a Thanatos, which does have a rocket launcher, so we can do the rocket unit. We'll do the advanced core because I really need to steal quicker. Endless Legend 2. So the reason I haven't done Endless Legend 2 is I like Endless Legend, but I think a lot of people weren't terribly enthused about watching Endless Legend is the main reason why I haven't really gone back to it. Also, it's still early access. My general policy for games is that if it's an early access title, I don't mind playing it like once or twice on stream, but it has to be really, really good for me to come back to it if it's still early access. So that's the reason why we can go back to Zomboid, but we're not going back to Endless Legend. It's the reason we can go back to something like, you know, Software Inc., which to me, Software Inc. is basically feature complete. It's just the developer keeps it in early access because he keeps adding more and more content to the thing, despite the fact that it's a glacier pace because he's a singular developer. Hi, Garm. How are you doing, comrade? Good evening. Welcome to Local Professor Rants Hour, where I talk about video games, our favorite topic. Am I ready for the next wave? Maybe I should start double layering this, actually. I could probably double layer this. This over here definitely needs to be upgraded, though. This entire area is like a disaster. Just in case, like, all else falls, this is like the final bastion. Also, I keep forgetting to research more things here. Some games are early access for like over 3 years. I mean, that's just how the industry is. Like, here's the thing: people are they're gonna keep doing early access because gamers want to play their games like in any state, and then they can maybe have like their own opinions brought into the game. And for the developers, it's good because they don't have to pay for playtesters. Because people, imagine this. I remember when I was growing up, there were always ads or like, especially in like the paper, were like, oh, you can become a game tester and make money playing video games. Nowadays, companies don't need to pay someone to be a video game tester. They will just sell you the game, and they'll just say you have early beta access or whatever, and people will happily lap that up. Like it's just a change in how consumers choose to approach video games, and that's just how it is. Yeah, obviously now there's some games that are perpetually in early access that will never release. You see it all the time. It's kind of unfortunate, but that's the risk you take with early access titles. There was a couple early access titles that I basically played, and then they quote-unquote released, or they just never released. Like, there was one that Ray bought me, which I never streamed it. I thought about it. It's called The Tribe Must Survive, and it was basically in early access for, like, the longest time, and then they decided one day, all right, we're just gonna release it. Done. The end. So, that's just, again, it's just a risk. Now, granted, most of the time, games today, if they're gonna go in early access, like, they will generally come out, but you still gotta be careful. At least with a game, at least with an early access game, unlike Kickstarter, at least you have a game that you can play. It may not be the game that you want, it may not be the ultimate final product that you've been waiting for, but you can say with certainty that the title is 100% playable. You cannot say the same thing for a lot of times something that you see on Kickstarter. I know this because I used to back things on Kickstarter somewhat regularly. As a board game aficionado, I had a very large tendency to back board games that seemed vaguely interesting, which is great if you like board games. If you're like me and you really enjoy board games, but you run into the issue that a lot of times these things just don't end up getting finished for some reason. For one reason or another, the game just never comes out, or it's just perpetually stuck in limbo. Especially like recently, because of the whole tariff situation that's been happening, a lot of board games just straight up never are getting finished because the tariffs were so intense that the developers just could not manage to sell you the game, cannot like sell the game anymore, or cannot produce the game and sell it or give it to the backers without, you know, incurring such a huge financial loss. Although some of these companies that existed straight up just were basically Ponzi schemes. You want to know the story? Okay, hold on. I have an example for this because I actually kept up with this story. There's a board game company out there called... There was a board game company out there called Mythic Games, okay? Mythic Games is responsible for titles like the Darkest Dungeon board game, okay? They had a lot of these projects, like, based off of other IPs in development. However, at some point, because of, I guess, financial mismanagement, the way that they ended up funding these projects was, let's say you put, you know, $300 into the Darkest Dungeon board game Kickstarter, so you get a complete edition with all future expansions and full resin printed, you know, 3D miniatures that you can use to represent your character on the board. Fantastic stuff. Okay, they didn't have enough money to produce that game, so you know what they did? They would release the Kickstarter or backer kit or whatever crowdfunding campaign for their next game, and the money from that project would go into the first project. And it was just this chain of, like, you know, what's the saying? Robbing Peter to pay Paul or something like that. And just this chain of, you know, Project A is funded from Project B, which is funded from Project C, which is funded from Project D, and eventually it catches up to them, and it just collapses on itself because that's not a sustainable model at all. And so ultimately, Mythic Games collapsed, and it was really funny because they were so desperate for money that they were like, "Hey, if you want to actually get your game, you know, you need to give us money." Like, they were like, yeah, if you want your deals, if you want your expansions for the what's it called game? For the Darkest Dungeon board game, or if you even wanted it shipped to you, you had to still pay them extra money. Like, they were demanding extra money, or else you just weren't gonna get your product. And I'm like, that is so scummy. That is such a scummy move to pull on your consumers. These people who... And that's the risk that you take, though, when you back something on Kickstarter. And it's kind of the reason why I don't really back board games on Kickstarter anymore. I'm at kind of the point where I'll just wait for a full retail release. But I didn't back that game, but there was definitely a lot of people that backed those titles, and they are just, for lack of a better word, completely SOL. Like, that's just the sad reality about it, is that if you backed some of those games, you were not getting your money.
Sniper is ready.
Yeah. Right? It's quite scummy, right? I think it was super scummy, and I was like, these people should be ashamed of themselves. But we all know they're not ashamed. We all know people have, you know, these companies don't have shame. So, there's a handful of games you managed to start back. Have you found it odd that you can only buy them through a late pledge now? You haven't seen them being sold? Because they usually print enough just to get the initial wave out to people and maybe hold a few in their own personal web stores. But I think the thing I hate, and I get why they do this, because it's easier to produce a board game knowing you have a committed amount of buyers, right? Rather than making a board game and praying someone's willing to buy it, right? That's just how the entire board game market is essentially centered around crowdfunding campaigns through Kickstarter or BackerKit or GameFound. It's crazy, because I almost backed the Hearts of Iron 4 board game. The Hearts of Iron 4 actually came out with the board game. I was telling myself I was going to back it, but unfortunately at the time when the Kickstarter went live, I was a little tight with finances, and I made the executive decision, the smart decision, to not spend, you know, $150 on the Supreme Collector's Edition of the Hoi 4 board game with all the, you know, miniatures and whatnot, because I was like, well, financially, it doesn't make sense for me to buy this, even though I would love to have it. Remember, board games are a fun expense, but don't make it like your only expense. I like board games, but I'm at least financially aware that, like, hey, maybe, you know, I gotta do other things with my cash. Because unfortunately, board games kind of preys on people who are also like into like, it's very much like a FOMO market, right? Because you look on Kickstarter or these crowdfunding campaigns, you look at a board game that seems interesting, and here's like 50 different tiers of stretch goals, and they'll say something like, oh, this will only come with the Kickstarter edition of the thing, so back now or else you'll never get it. And then later down the line they will sell it anyways as part of like some specialty, like, here's all the Kickstarter content, but it's in one box now, available at retail for like $20-$30. And the main benefit that you got from backing on Kickstarter is you're not paying the $30 now, because it's all available for you. And yeah, I agree, like, finding people to play board games with is very difficult. Like, I mean, I'm willing to admit that. Like, I love playing board games. I love my friends who I'm able to play board games with semi-regularly, but oh my goodness, it is sometimes a significant struggle to find an appropriate group to play board games with. And that's just because, I mean, board games are still quite a niche hobby, right? Board games are still a very niche hobby to have, and it's just not necessarily feasible. Like, okay, like, rounding up people for D&D is hard enough. Now imagine rounding enough people so you can play Root or Everdell or, God, the one game I really want to play. The one board game I really, really want to play that I cannot get a group together for it because it is a very long game. I want to play Twilight Imperium. I have been wanting to play that game for a very long time, and if I could celebrate my birthday, I would be like, I am getting like 7 people. We're gonna sit down and we're gonna play a 9-hour game of Twilight Imperium because it looks like so much fun, because it is one of those super large, full Autismo space 4X board games that every player you add essentially adds a total of, like, I remember reading, it's like every player you add is like, you have to account for like 1.5 hours of game time. So with 7 players, you're looking at almost 9 hours of game, and I'm like, I want to play this. Like, this game just seems right up my alley. Granted, am I ever gonna find people to do that? Probably not. But boy, it'd be great. Yeah, some of these games are, yeah, it's a little ridiculous. Also, we're gonna pull this ranger, and we're gonna see if we can have that ranger pull some of these troops over here real quick. We're gonna pull this stack here, pull the stack over here. Get this stack over here. Try to upgrade this real quick. All right. They're coming in. Oh, we're trying to see if I can use this ranger to bait some of these troops or some of the zombies over. I hope this wall's enough to hold, but at this point, who knows? Just keep running around. There we go. Just kind of trying to bait them early. We have enough snipers here that the snipers might be able to gun them down quickly. Okay, let's get these guys over here. Because again, this provides a decent amount of bonus range. Get these guys on the tower here now. Get the stack over here. Perfect. Okay. Oh, oh, hold on. I just realized they're coming in the other way. Uh-oh. I may have miscalculated where they're coming from. Alright, I may have miscalced. I'm gonna see if I can pull a ranger over there, so maybe I can try to drag some of the... Wait. No, they're coming this way. Oh, shoot. I did miscalculate it. I miscalculated where they were coming from. Uh-oh.
Do you need me?
Police snipers over here quickly, and then see if we can... We're gonna use the ranger. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use the ranger as bait and see if I can pull some of them away. See this? So I can delay them if I just use the ranger as like bait. See this? So I can try to manage... So I can try to at least stem the flow. Look at this brave ranger. She's just dodging the showers. I love it. All right, let's get her back inside. Let's get this Thanat. Oh, I think all those soldiers just died. Oh, I wasn't paying attention. How many more spare bodies? Probably not. All right, let's get that ranger back out there and see if we can have her bait. Okay, she died. This is bad. Pull this over here. I need everyone over there now. I think we might lose this entire section of the map. I did not expect them to come in that way. Shoot, I can't run through this. Okay, there's a tree there. There's still more coming in. I think the Thanatos exploded too, yeah. Pull these guys over there. Pull these guys over here. Oh, those snipers are dead. All right, pull the snipers out. I don't know if they can run fast enough. Yeah, they're dead. All right, keep doing what you can. Whatever we can do. If the snipers die, so be it.
Is everything okay?
Because they're gonna go for the turrets first. I definitely need to like triple wall this if I do this. If I survive this. God, it's just so much AoE damage, just crazy. Pull some of these guys back. All right, we'll stagger it a little bit. Yeah, snipers are dead. That's fine. Pull these guys out. Run away. There we go. I think this distance... oh, jeez, yeah. Splash damage is too strong. Keep moving. Come on. That's okay if we lose a couple. That's fine. Just focus on killing all of them. There we go. All right. While we're doing this, I keep forgetting we should probably be recruiting more soldiers. Okay. That was really rough. All right. I need to find a better way to deal with this giant doom stack. I hate spitters. I can deal with most enemies. I like the normal horde, but spitters are just awful. Okay, so we have to wait until this is all rebuilt. So I'll just go back. Oh, no! Shoot. I did not... Oh, my goodness. I accidentally pressed destroy. Oh, my God. I am an idiot. Right, I need to rebuild that. Thank you very much. I accidentally pressed attack my own building, and it destroyed it because I'm a fool. Put that over there.
At your service.
Waiting until this is rebuilt, because we're out of energy now.
Reporting for duty.
And then we can repair everything over time. Okay. I need to find a better way to deal with that. Snipers are probably the better solution, but there's got to be a better way to deal with spitters. Let's just put a wall here. And we'll double wall it. That's fine. I'm thinking we might need more snipers. Snipers are probably the easier solution, but you saw that the snipers all exploded. Yeah, it turns out snipers, they have very limited lifespans. That's just how it is. Maybe just more soldiers is probably the correct solution. That's usually my go-to plan. There's some board games you want to grab just to paint the minis, but there's logistical costs some work. A lot of times I think you can buy the miniatures off of, you know, secondhand websites, quite frankly. And that's probably a lot better than trying to buy them outright because, yeah, these board game prices are, for lack of a better word, very comical. I have seen... Like, I don't know what it is, like, board game prices are just, like, so crazy now that it's very hard to justify buying board games today. Unless you really, really want a board game, I recommend a lot of times you just don't even bother buying board games anymore. Especially because if you're trying to find friends to play some of these things, it's just impossible. Right? Like, it's one thing to find a group of people that are willing to play Monopoly or Magic the Gathering, because everyone already knows how to play those things. But trying to get, you know, a group of friends to sit down and learn how to play something like Root, or what's another fairly complex board game? Or like Gloomhaven? Good luck. Good luck. As much as I like getting people to sit down and play those would be, that's a feat all on its own. If you can pull it off, more power to you, but that's a very, very tall order. And I don't think most people would be able to, most people can't convince their friends to even sit down and play other video games, so what I think I'm gonna do, I just realized I think I can probably we might just add an extra layer of defenses.
Commander?
My guess is they're probably gonna approach from this angle. So if we just add another layer here, that's probably good enough to protect us. Having multiple redundant defensive layers is probably the correct solution. So we're gonna just try to expand our defensive posture. The other thing too is I need to get rid of this thing. This thing is actually blocking my units from maneuvering in this small corridor, so we're gonna just demolish that thing real quick. Should be fine.
Do you need me?
Maybe we should kill these things before we keep moving. Let's go actually down here. I want to see what's down here. As few StarCraft minis look great, but you look at front too down for tabletop because people tend to bypass that important stuff into tabletop. A lot of people definitely play on tabletop sim. I always recommend, especially with the cost of board games nowadays, you really need to play it on tabletop sim first before you commit to buying it, right? Because it's just so expensive. Now I understand, like for example, Ray doesn't like playing board games on Tabletop Simulator because it doesn't have that same feeling as, you know, fiddling with miniatures and playing with the actual bits and pieces, because you're just playing a board game, but now you're just seeing it through a digital screen. But I really think that with the cost of board games, you really should play it on like something like a simulator to make sure you're really gonna like this title. You don't have to fully commit to it, but you need to make sure that at the very least you're not gonna regret your purchase, right? You have to make sure that you're not gonna regret spending $70 on, you know, Billy Stillwagon's Frontier Across Europe Deluxe Express Edition, or whatever other weird board game that you might be into.
Come on.
That's really, like, that's the reality of it. The hobby is in a very odd state, and I'm allowed to say that as someone who actively participates in board gaming. I've always wanted to make my own board game too, but unfortunately, a lot of the designs like that I have in mind, I've tried prototyping it, just straight up don't really translate too well on a board game methodology, and are probably way better as video games, like as a you know, tabletop strategy, or like as a, you know, turn-based strategy game rather than a full proper board game. That's kind of like where I'm at with some of these different ideas and whatnot. Hello there, Irish Fighter 275. How are you, comrade? Hi, Greywind. I see. They came from you. How are you doing? What were you up to? This AI inspection. Oh, I see. You're playing the Star Sector. How was Star Sector? I too am a Star Sector player who just occasionally plays Star Sector. Was it modded? Was it a heavily modded Star Sector run? Yeah, I like Star Sector. I just don't play it. I play it occasionally on stream. I mean, also hello, Alex. Alex and Greywind have definitely seen me do my own Star Sector shenanigans. Is it the best kind of shenanigans? That's up to interpretation. But we're playing a different strategy game. We're playing some zombie shenanigans. Oh, don't worry. You know what? I save scum all the time. It's okay. Save scumming. You are always allowed to save scum if you're playing a single player game. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. You are an adult. You can do what you desire. Okay. And if your desire is to save scum, more power to you. I need a warehouse, I think. I can't build a warehouse. Okay.
Waiting on order.
Oh, your save broke it. Okay. Are you allied with a faction? Are you another RimWorld modder, or Star Sector modder? Because there's a very high chance we tend to collect various game modders in this channel for some reason. I collect them like Pokemon for some, like, I don't know how. Ah, you ran. Okay, got it. For your friends with a bunch. Okay, gotcha. Okay. Well, I'm glad your stream went well. Maybe I'll take a look at it after stream. I can't take a peek at it right now because I'm in the middle of trying to not explode. But I appreciate the raid very, very much, and I hope your stream is a nice, relaxing time involving space and whatnot. It's an RTS. Yes, this is an RTS where you're trying to survive the zombies, essentially. That's basically the gist of it. Let's get back
Any
over here.
orders?
Right now, what I'm trying to do is set up a secondary defensive perimeter, because the first perimeter, you know, can survive, but it's a little rough. So I'm trying to set up secondary fallback lines right now. So that's what we're up to. Another wall here. This should be fine. And then we can start adding... We can add a mine here probably, right? Yeah, advanced quarry. Probably one here, and then a second standard quarry over... That's fine. Choose a nice thing. Yeah, okay, well, as long as you had fun. Let's go with that. If you had fun, then that's relaxing enough. Right? Oh, we should probably add a secondary line here, too. I need better turrets. I know I have access to the Thanatos. So I think what we'll do is we'll do Thanatos, and we'll try to slap, like, maybe 1 or 2 in each area, or at least move it around. This area also needs some better defenses here. I'm just using wood as a stand-in until I can figure out, like, how I want to actually set this up. Throw a sawmill here, too. Every spare wood I can get my hands on helps out the war effort. We're gonna need more food soon. All these farms are maxed out, so let's also start slapping out farms in a bit. That's why we're building the wood stuff. But yeah, I appreciate the raid. Hopefully it was a good time. And anyone else who's here, welcome aboard, comrade. Hopefully you enjoy your time here. Alex and Greywind included. Hopefully you enjoyed the Irish Fighters stream. What am I building? I need more soul. Let's build more snipers, actually. We need more power. The problem is, I don't know if... Okay, so there's a couple mills I can still upgrade. We'll upgrade this one. This one. Any more mills that I haven't upgraded yet? Over here. There's a bunch over here that I can also upgrade. We'll upgrade all the mills now. Okay. So I need to upgrade all the houses is the main issue, because I'm still short. We're at 1248 out of 1800. And we're at day 50 and we have 30 days remaining. So we gotta really, you know, kick this in overdrive with the whole getting everything we need. So I think for now we can probably just focus hard on upgrading houses. And our wonderful stack of troops here, we'll just kind of keep them hanging around in this general area. All right, we can now build a Thanatos, which I will show you what that looks like, because it is a pretty cool unit. It's a big scary boy who costs a lot of money. And we should be getting money soon enough. Okay, so we'll slap that over there. Let's also move over here real quick. I'm going to start setting up some turrets, because I do need to use the restroom, but I also don't want to pause the game if I have to go, you know, to the little streamer's room. So we'll do that as well. Let's slap down a wasp here. I actually don't know. I don't think wasps are very good anyways. How's your what kind of pizza? We can judge you on your pizza taste. We were talking about board games earlier, before you came in. I was complaining about the board game market as someone who actively engages with board games. We'll put a farm. Okay, so I think here... we'll do one here. We don't have enough resources for the next one, right? Okay, we need a bit more gold. I mean, cheese pizza's still fine.
Just guide me to the infected.
As long as you're not doing, like, I don't know, like a Hawaiian pizza, I guess. I know I rag about Hawaiian pizza, but I really don't like Hawaiian pizza very much at all. Okay, this is the Thanatos. This thing has rocket launchers attached to it. Look at this bad boy. He does have some pretty good damage. Yeah, he's a big boy. His range is 10. A ranger's range is 6. I think snipers are like something ridiculous. Thank you for the follow too. Hopefully you enjoy your time here as I continue to ramble on about miscellaneous topics. We do need more food. Let's slap down farm. Okay, so we'll go here, and then we can probably add a standard farm here. We gotta try to maximize as much of this space that we can. There's only so much fertile ground available. There we go, that should be fine. There we go. A little janky. Yeah, one of them pineapple pizzas that is all the rage in some circles. You know what I mean? I keep forgetting I need more power. We can't get more power because I don't have enough gold. There we go. So I think... Why can't I upgrade this? Ah, see, now we're short on iron, as we only have access to one iron mine. The nearest iron mine is somewhere else, and I don't really want to go out there and grab it. I know good players would expand rapidly out, but I'm not a good player, and I'm kind of a lazy player. I'm very much a slow, methodical RTS player. This is why I don't play a lot of RTSs nowadays. Slower titles like maybe Company of Heroes are way up more my alley. This game is fairly slow enough, that's why I'm willing to play this, but faster ones, I don't have that energy to do like a 50 million APM anymore. I'm too weak. I'm washed up. I don't got that. I'm washed up now. I can't do it anymore. Yeah, oh no, I cannot do StarCraft. StarCraft is way beyond me. Upgrade all the walls. Upgrade the gates while we're at it too. And then let's start upgrading the houses. Because these will each turn into double in max capacity. And again, to Age of Empires, nothing is stopping you. Remember, you are always free to go back and play your childhood favorites. Don't let anyone stop you. Don't let the man stop you. So I can upgrade like what, another 3 of these? Okay. Let's also make sure we're producing units constantly. I want to make sure that we are always making units. Okay, so I'm gonna see, we have a couple in-game days. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start filling up all these slots with additional snipers for the time being. And then this one needs an upgrade. Is that all the mills? I think we upgraded all the mills. I don't think I have any other power sources available to me. So yeah. Let's see. Don't really need... I already researched everything. We do have access to shock towers. Maybe put a shock tower somewhere. What does that say? By the way, fun fact. Korean tryhard is apparently a term that Twitch doesn't like for some reason. It was literally Korean tryhard. That specific phrase is what triggered that. Yeah, I thought that was funny. I was like, huh. I didn't realize they cared that much. Okay, also I need to add a quarry here. There we go, that's fine. And then probably just slap down a wall of towers. My guess is that we'll probably get attacked here somehow, and we'll have to deal with that in a second.
Building completed.
Yeah, don't you love the Twitch auto mod? It's nonsensical. That just takes 10 iron. Okay. Let me dump some stuff here. Okay, I need to use the restroom. However, in the interest of not losing the game while I go use the restroom, I'll pause it and I'll be right back. I have returned. Company of Heroes got a balance for building sizable structures. Yeah, that's the other thing with Company of Heroes. For me though, like I love Company of Heroes because I'm also for lack of better words, a World War II nerd. So titles like Company of Heroes and Hearts of Iron 4 are very much like right up my alley. But obviously those games are completely different genres, and should not be they are not equivocal to each other, if that makes any sense, right?
Building completed.
I love Hoi 4, but boy, I would be very careful about recommending Hoi 4 to anyone. As much as I love that title, it's World War II games tend to draw in a very
Building completed.
unique audience, right? And that's the reason why I love streaming Hoi 4, but boy, every time I stream Hoi 4, there is like, I'll check my chat and it'll be like, here's some random, Russian dude coming in and starts speaking. Like, I don't know what it is, but YouTube pushes my streams to Russian people for some reason. And so a lot of times I'll have Russian people in the chat on YouTube, and I'm like, I don't speak a lick of Russian. I don't even know how to read Cyrillic.
Sniper is ready.
It's so unfortunate. I'm like, I don't know what any of y'all saying, but you gotta speak English. I don't know, maybe they're Soviet simps or something, I don't know. I think the US is gonna get a tree upgrade update on the next DLC, or the next major
Building completed.
expansion pass, because they need to update the US and Britain. And I know the next DLC is supposed to update Australia, and then for some reason Indonesia, and I think even Siam, which ultimately becomes the Kingdom of Thailand in modern times. So they are getting updates, just maybe not the updates that you're looking for. But they're gonna get updates, I think. Hold on, wait a second, where's my Thanatos? Okay, so all damage is by 25%. What about a Lucifer? Maybe I just build more Thanatoses and that should be fine. Because they do have AoE rockets, and that's probably the best solution, or best use of their best use case. Let's also slime out more snipers. Singapore, Malaysia. No. Well, to be fair, I don't think Singapore was an independent country at the time. Right? Singapore is a very young, nation, as far as I understand it, right? I think it was after World War II. I think it was around the Vietnam War period, so what about the 60s, I think they ultimately became their own independent country. And so that's why you don't end up with that type of thing yet. Maybe I'm sure Hoi 4 will get us some more updates, but hey, if they can give the Philippines a tree, they can give Malaysia a tree. I never would have expected them to be like, yeah, so we're gonna give the Philippines their own unique focus tree. That actually caught me off guard when that was announced, because I was like, I've always loved playing the Philippines because it makes no sense, but it's like, let's just say the DLC allows the Philippines to become a powerhouse that they should not absolutely be allowed to be. Like, the Philippines is not that strong of a powerhouse in real life, and yet in the video game, something Philippines #1 or something like that. The power of the Mamser is so strong that they gave the Philippines their own focus tree where they can take over all of Asia. And I did a run as the Philippines in Hoi 4, and it's exactly what you think it is. It's nonsense. Oh, you know what I just realized? Okay, the Lucifers actually have venom resistance, so the Lucifers can actually tank these things, I think. That might be correct.
The train has arrived at the station.
Oh, have you never heard of that term? So in the Philippines, there's a term called mamser, because I guess it's just a lot easier to say mamser than sir or ma'am if you don't know the person you're talking to's gender. So it's just a lot easier to say, instead of saying, ma'am or sir, you just call them mamser. And apparently it's a joke even in countries where there's a lot of Filipino expats, like in Dubai. Mamser is a very common term now, because I guess that's just what Filipinos say a lot. The mamser. I mean, Lucifers do friendly fire damage, but just don't put them in front of your unit. Don't put them behind your units. Put them in front of whatever you're trying to tank, and they should be okay. That's my strategy. Yeah, but I just think it's so funny. The term mamser is such a funny word to me. Another raid. Hello there. Oh my gosh, the real Remu. Hello there, comrade. How are you doing? Oh, hold on. Sorry, one of my timers is going off. I don't think I've met you before. How are you doing? Come on, let me take a look at your stream too. Just kind of curious. What were you up to? Let's see. Thank you for the raid. We're playing some the funny zombie game. Let's see. Oh, Stalker. Ah, good game choice. I love Stalker. Well, at least that's one I've seen. I've not played Stalker myself, but it does look like a game that I would enjoy playing if I could find time to play more video games, which I unfortunately don't have that much time to play more random video games. But hey, I appreciate the raid very, very much. Hopefully your stream was a good, enjoyable time, and you're free to come here and relax as I regale random nonsense stories about video games and board games. I was complaining about board games earlier. I think we're just talking about miscellaneous topics right now.
Any orders?
I just realized they can't actually get to that tower. That tower's actually out of reach for them. That's so funny. Oh, I think I have to destroy this unit. This one, this one, this one. And then I think now they can go over there. Oh my gosh, they still can't reach over there.
Tell me.
Oh, okay, that's just weird. All right, in that case, Lamau, let's just seal that off again. And I think I can just put down a... I don't know, some kind of tower there. I guess we'll just put a wasp or two. Stalking his own hunting for artifacts and making money eating bread, you know how it goes. Hey, at least you had fun. Are you like a person who plays a lot of extraction shooters? It sounds like maybe like Tarkov and whatnot, or I don't really know. I do like those types of military games. I just don't play them too often on stream because usually my shtick is a lot more just like strategy type games. So I don't really play first-person shooters or third-person shooters on stream, but I play a lot of them on my own personal time. I, for example, am a huge Battlefield person. I have put some 150 hours into Battlefield 6, which is probably not healthy, but I like the game a lot, so I'm willing to play it a lot. I wish I was joking with how much time I've spent in that game. Oh, we have no more food. We've almost completed the population minimum, so if we can just get more food, we should be fine. We just gotta get these farms up and running. Actually, we can get more food by adding more fisherman cottages. I just don't know where all my fisherman cottages are. Might have built too many. Slap one down there. This one probably doesn't have any, so one here. There. Slap one down there. There we go. Oh, gotcha. Okay. Gonna play Tarkov, it seems like that because you don't know. If you're gonna play Tarkov, let me be honest, just do single player. Just do PvE. You'll have a lot more fun when you're not being stressed out all the time that some cheater's going to slap you silly when you're not paying attention. I've reached the point in my life where single player experiences are just I am willing to pay more to have a cozy single player experience than dealing with other people. It's more big adventure, gotcha. We have some people here who like really enjoy those genre of games, so that's why I just bring it up, because I'm familiar with the genre with Stalker, but I've not personally played it myself to a crazy extent. As for classic XCOM, I don't really play classic XCOM. I'm definitely more of a new XCOM person. I have played classic XCOM on my own personal time, but I just kind of prefer the bombasticness and the modability of modern XCOM. That's just my own personal preference. I just like, it's just for me more fun to be able to have that cinematic experience, I guess is the best way to describe it. I hate saying it like that, but it's true. It is a lot more cinematic. And for me, that does kind of, I don't want to say it makes or breaks a game, but it kind of does a little bit. I can probably add a turret here too. Add more of these bad boys. We have enough snipers, so as soon as I know where they're coming in from, we can probably use that to adjust where we're going to be moving. I just hope that these defenses can hold, because these are double layered now. Probably just add another layer here. Yeah, throw a wall in. Can I throw a gate in here? Perfect. Okay, and then maybe we can throw a few spike traps or something here with whatever iron we got sitting around. Yes, enemy within an XCOM 2. I used to do XCOM 2 streams a lot. We did one. We used to do. I think I've done like 2 or 3 XCOM 2 campaigns on stream. But I have not streamed XCOM 2 in a very long time, because the last one we did was... Well, the last one we did was Long War of the Chosen, and I think it took literally like almost a half year in real time to complete, because we were doing it about like once a week. And so I think at that point we're like, I think people were just like, all right, we should never stream this ever again. And so I've never streamed XCOM ever since. And so I've not streamed XCOM 2 ever since then. We do sometimes like Darkest Dungeon though. I love games where I can customize characters and be like, all right, this person is actually this person, like this viewer, stuff like that. Your comfort game is the Halo franchise. Okay. Which Halo is your favorite, I guess? Oh, they're coming from the... Oh, they're coming from the north. Shoot, I don't have... This I did not actually... Oh, shit, I completely forgot about defending this. Okay, here's my strategy here. Go here. And then we're gonna pivot this U over here. Move these soldiers over there. And then I'm gonna pull this stack over here. I need another stack moved over to there, so we'll pull this stack over here. I need to know where my ranger is. I'm gonna use the ranger as bait. We're gonna do the ranger bait strat. Okay, and then also let's make sure these are all upgraded as much as possible. Combat, oh, okay, gotcha. The classic Halo. You know what's funny? I didn't grow up with Halo. I was not an Xbox kid. I was a PlayStation kiddo. So I actually know very little about the Halo franchise other than like what I've experienced playing with my friends. Because every year my buddy, like twice a year, my buddy has a giant setup in his basement. And we will get together and we will have like it's like 16 to 20 person LAN party in his basement, and we're all playing like the Halo Master Chief Collection for like hours on end, and then we'll have like giant brisket and barbecue. It's one of the best experiences that I have on a semi-regular basis. It's so much fun. Listen, it's one thing to play a video game online. It's another thing to play it with a bunch of screaming, you know, starting to middle-aged men as you scream and play Halo together. It is a completely different experience.
Gotcha. Whatever you say.
Yeah.
As long as you
Okay, so there, I think that's the... Is that the first batch over there? I'm trying to see. It says the north. Oh, they're not here yet. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, we gotta pull these guys over there too. I want to make sure that I can have these guys tank some of these shots. I don't know if we can get these towers built fast enough. We might not be able to get these towers built fast enough. Hopefully the snipers can do what they can, but right. So what I'm gonna see if I can do is I can try to bait out, or if I can peel some of the spitters out. So this is gonna be the hard part. If I can peel them.
It's gonna cost you double.
All right, come on. Follow the leader.
As long
Yeah, I'm on. And we're gonna pull the Lucifers and pull them in front.
Yeah. Warrior.
Okay, and then we're gonna pull these snipers over here. We're gonna pull the soldiers over here. Oh shoot, I wasn't paying attention. The ranger died. Do I have any more rangers? Shoot, I don't think I have any more rangers. I think all my rangers are dead. Okay, let's pull these guys over here. I'm gonna send in a sacrificial soldier to be bait. Come on. Okay, so let's get this this veteran. We're gonna see if we can use the veteran to bait them out. Oh my gosh, he's so slow. He just got he got deleted. All right, that's fine. Get these guys back. All right, let's see if this is enough. Get these guys up here. Get these guys over here. Okay, these guys are tanking a decent amount of damage. Let's pull them back a little bit. They're taking a little too much. See, he can actually tank a lot. Now we got the Thanatos that's also starting to blast them, which is good. So there we go. So we're gonna wait until they break through the wall. This should be enough to hold to get the snipers up there, please. Okay. Thanatos are dying. Or the Lucifer, one Lucifer died. Okay. Oh, okay, so now hopefully these guys start blasting. There we go. Just start cooking them alive. All right, pull these guys back. Okay, no, you stay here and fight. And then pull the soldiers back a little bit. There we go. Those guys should be able to hold their own for now. Let's pull them back a little bit. I want them in range of the rest of these troops here. So far, so good. The horde is holding. We're holding the horde back. Okay. All this is happening, I should be recruiting more soldiers while we're doing this. The snipers are getting a lot of value done. Perfect. All right, snipers handled. Okay, you entered on Halo Online with 3 and Reach. It's also your hyperfixation on sales and knowledge of the franchise lore. What's your opinion on the Halo TV series? That's probably like the first question I've asked people if they tell me they're into Halo. I know some Halo lore because I was always curious about like why is there a giant ring world and why is it called a Halo? You know, that type of thing. So I remember reading up a little bit on the lore of Halo, and it's always kind of interesting, like, oh, okay, this is like, there's like Stargates involved and how they try to, what's what I'm thinking of, try to,
Reporting for duty.
it's like some kind of like portal to protect the, or I don't know the specifics. I'm not 100% sure on the specifics of the lore of Halo, but I just know that the lore exists and it's very in-depth and people are really into like there's like something about precursors too. Because I remember I tried watching the TV show with some friends, and they were not fans of the TV show. Is the kindest way that I'm going to describe it. They had very strong negative opinions on it, and I was like, ah, I see. So I thought that was kind of amusing that they were just like, nope, this show sucks. Don't watch it. Do not watch it ever. Okay, is there any houses that I have not upgraded? 24. Like, can we upgrade all of them? I don't have enough food. Upgrade that one, and then we'll upgrade the next one. Oh, we need more energy. I'm trying to avoid expanding more than I have to, just so I can complete the mission. It was a sci-fi show that got branded to Halo. It wasn't tagged as Halo, but it worked as a good show to want to custom the alternate timelines if you can separate from the main game. Was Halo one of those shows where the showrunner? Because here's the thing I've noticed too. A lot of TV shows, for whatever reason, like they're making a lot of adaptations of video game franchise to TV show, but I've noticed recently that a lot of these franchises, or like a lot of the showrunners, are like, I've never seen the original program, but I'm gonna make a TV show about it anyways because I guess there's a lot of money involved or something along those lines. And it's very dumb and silly, but I remember seeing, like, I think that's the thing with the Halo or the Fallout TV show, where the head showrunner has never actually played Fallout, and I'm like, why would you have someone who's not actually invested in the series as a whole make the show? You know what I mean? Never really made sense to me. But obviously there's a lot of monetary decisions involved with this. Precursors were told to learn as humanity bombs the Stone Age, and the rest of the galaxy sterilized by foreign to starve them out of the flood. Oh, because it's the flood. Okay, so it's always about the flood. Got it. They had to stop the nasty flood from doing all their nasty, evil space alien things. District 9 was a test pitch for Halo movie. It's been worked for a while. Oh, wait, is it really? I actually liked District 9. District 9, I thought was a really fun film to watch. But maybe I'm alone in that. Maybe I'm crazy for enjoying that movie. I need more snipers. I'm gonna build... Oh, you know what else we need? We need more... I think the Lucifers, unironically, are pretty good because they are able to tank. With 65% venom resistance, they can probably tank a decent chunk of damage. Keep this one snapping out more units, and that should be fine. We just have to survive the last 65. We need to get to 1800. We're almost there. We're at 17 something, so a couple more houses, upgrades. There we go. This giant stack of upgrades should be more than enough. We need more soldiers too. What do we have? We have a decent stack. I just don't know where the enemy's going to be attacking from. And if they're attacking on all angles, ooh, that's going to be really, really rough. So hopefully we can find a way to withstand that. But again, spitters are just pain. I don't like spitters. Especially because I can't really reach them without snipers. Okay, typing between firefight waves, others give full. I mean, that's fair. You don't. You just type when you can. The show was apparently supposed to be Mass Effect show from the heard as one when the PA speaker literally calls Commander Shepard to the bridge in the background. Oh, that's really funny too. Actually, reusing materials. Maybe they decided that Halo was more financially like there's a higher chance for profit if you go with the Halo because it's more recognizable. Like Master Chief is probably a lot more recognizable than Commander Shepard. Okay, so okay, so we're literally under attack in all directions. Now we have to survive this attack. All right, let's see if we can survive this wave. I don't know if we can. The problem is that they're attacking on all sides, and I am not at all equipped for this. I need like 2 rangers like now. I'm trying to think like which areas are probably like the weakest areas right now, and it's probably this entire front's the weakest. Now, it's the tightest defensively, so if I know there's a huge wave over there, I can maybe dedicate a bunch of soldiers over there. If the front starts falling apart, we'll just retreat deeper into the pit. In fact, that's probably going to have to be our main solution. I don't think I have any other way to survive this. We'll pull these guys in here for now. And then we'll just do what we can. Yeah, they are in fact billions. Crazy. Where's my ranger? Okay, so I'm gonna need 1 more ranger, because my rangers are bait troops. All right, let's see if we can survive the billion wave, because this area is basically heavily fortified.
Bow and arrows are ready.
This area is the final fallback point. This area is okay. This area is probably fine. There's a lot of snipers. I'm gonna pull these soldiers over, and then we're gonna pull these guys. The Lucifer should be in the front. We'll pull the Thanatos back there. I know we have a few more Thanatos. I just don't know where to dump them yet. And if we have 2 more Lucifers, we're gonna pull the Lucifers down here, because again, I think this is the weakest area, and I need to make sure this is as ready as possible. This area I think can hold until later engagements. All right. Yeah, they're coming on all sides. All right, where's my rangers? Okay, Ranger 1. Where are you at? All right.
You again. What do you want now?
We're going to send you out here to start baiting, and then we're going to find the other ranger.
Tell me.
What?
All right, we're going to send Ranger 2 out there to start baiting as well. Because basically what I need to do is I need to spread them apart into like 2 groups.
You again. What? You again. What? You are gonna pay me for
Oh shoot, I messed up. This should be 1. All right, this is going to be a little... hopefully this is not going to drive you crazy, so I'm going to be flicking between essentially 2 scenes. That's fine so far, so good. Okay.
Great.
So they do have a decent round range. Throw them in here real quick, so that way they can at least shoot that way.
Okay.
Pull you around. Just keep trying to bait them away.
Great.
Oh, she died. All right, never mind. The bait strat did not work as well as I thought it would. Center line is holding fine.
Okay.
Okay, just gonna peel some of the... Basically, it's a delay tactic. Okay, we're gonna pull these guys back here now. Okay, and then we're gonna pull this entire stack back now as well, and pull the stack back now. Okay, so now these guys should still be able to shoot them down. Try to distract them as much as possible. This front is holding pretty good. How's the northern front going? Okay, they're doing a pretty good job of holding. There's a Lucifer here who wants to really get out there and start brawling. This is the weakest front here. Get some of these guys up there now. Hopefully they can hold. I think the Ranger died. All right, we're gonna pull the Lucifers back as well. That's okay. It's okay if we lose stuff, because again, we can rebuild. This front is starting to collapse, unfortunately. Snipers are doing what they can. Let's see. Keep slamming out more soldiers. I think this upper area is okay. What I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna pull these the soldiers out, and I think the snipers can probably hold the line. I need to pull these guys out. I need them over here now. This front's collapsing quickly. This area is also collapsing super bad. Thankfully, the AoE is doing so much work right now. I'm gonna pull these guys off here as well. Pull them over here. That front's doing what it can. Come on, boy, you need to start blasting. Get them over here as tanks. Okay. This front more or less is dead. Let's pull these guys out of here, see if they can have them run. Thanatos is doing what it can, or Lucifers are holding. No breach yet on the northern front. Lucifer died. Okay, that wave seems to be ending. This seems to be stymieing slowly. Let's pull these guys off and move them over to this tower. Okay. Oh boy, that's not good. All right, pull them back. We may need to retreat to the fallback point. Okay. Let's pull back here. No, okay, yeah. Pull back there. Thanatos is still holding the line. Okay, pull back again. These guys are doing what they can. It's not over until it's over. Okay.
Cool day.
Oh my gosh, there's just so many. Shoot that one. This one might be okay. This one I think will survive. Oh, just gotta keep dodging. Just gotta keep juking it. Okay, good. Okay, the walls are still holding, kind of. Okay. Peel into this tower here. Okay, so far so good. They're holding there. This one is basically dead. We may need to retreat all the way back. Okay, here we go. So what we're gonna do is we can take this, and this, and we're gonna pull them all out now. Okay, this one we're gonna. Oh, these guys are dead. They have no escape route. Okay, this one might be able to hold, possibly. I need more. I don't know if I have any spare soldiers to hold that line. I think what I'm gonna do is we're gonna take what we can take, and we're gonna retreat to the final fallback line because we can't hold this. So we're gonna start retreating back.
Waiting on orders.
If they can move, they gotta run. Yeah, because that flank's fallen. These guys are probably dead. These guys can start. Hold on, let's get these guys out of here. Hold on.
Defenses are being attacked.
Okay, these guys just try to shoot whatever we can get our hands on.
Orders.
We'll have the soldiers try to stymie the tide of the regulars, dudes that are coming out.
Trying to break through.
But it's just too many. Okay, just pull back. Yeah, screw it. Pull back. It's too late to start demolishing, I think. We're just gonna run. See what we can... Okay, so dump the snipers into the towers. Okay, these guys need to move. Oh, there's no room. There's no room to maneuver. Okay, get these guys into towers quickly. Okay. This Thanatos is still... These guys are still alive. Maybe they can do something. God, there's just too many. Get them in there. Get them in there. Get these guys out of there in a second. And then get the remaining snipers into the tower. Over here as well. Alright, and then we'll just try to hold at the gate. Get into the gate. Into the gate. Into the gate. Hold the gate. Hold the gate! Okay. Alright. That Lucifer is doing what it can. We're gonna... That's probably dead. We're gonna pull back here. Maybe we can bait some of them around. The gates are holding, kind of. If we can just destroy the big ones. Oh my gosh, look at that spit. It's just too much spit. We can't rip through all that spit. That's another stack dead. Too many spitters. I hate the spitters so much. Yeah, that's over. That's over. I can handle regular zombies. I can't handle spitters. How tragic. I was doing so good right up until then. Unfortunate. Alright, I guess we just watched the whole base get run over then. Precursors of God. Let's see. They create both forerunners of humanity, so humanity can God, forerunners kill God, forerunners kill humanity, God comes back as the flood, forerunners kill life to kill the flood, and say humanity is the vote ever MVP, aliens worship forerunners. Basically, it's a circular worship, so it's a worship circle jerk is what I'm hearing. Alright, yeah. Because again, regular zombies are fine, spitters are just a disaster. Because the fact that they can do AoE is just super annoying. It's the AoE. Alright. Maybe let's do a different mission. I think I got enough energy to do one more mission, possibly? You gotta be kidding me. So it's either the Wasteland of the Giants, the Resistance... I think I did, yeah, so I'm basically stuck at one of these missions now. We do have a few research points, but there's not really anything I can research. I think I've researched all the stuff that I mostly care about right now. I think having the Thanatos upgrade would have been pretty good as well, but unfortunately, we did not get that. I think there's actually a Lucifer upgrade that makes them very, very tanky. Titans would have also been pretty good too. Monuments, bronze forging. I could have sworn there was an upgrade that allows them to passively heal, but I might be forgetting. Yeah. Well, it was worth a shot. It was worth a shot. We'll do one more attempt. Barricades would not be a bad idea too, but too late now. We'll do a different one. We'll do... Oh, Wasteland of the Giants. There's giant zombies have been discovered in the distance, and there are also a lot of... There's a giant horde of them coming in. How do we deal with them soon? 2,090 days, or we can do the Resistance, which is a desert map. Apparently I've done this once before. I guess we'll try this one. Sure, why not? We'll try this one. This one seems a little bit more bearable than the stupid poison spitter thingy. But yeah, I've always, like I said, I know some Halo lore primarily through osmosis through my friends, because my friends are like huge Halo Xbox nerds, and me... Oh. This is an interesting map. Oh, this is a really weird map. Okay, They kidnap a PlayStation lad? I don't, because we were friends in school. I don't know how else to describe it. They were my school friends, and you know, that's just kind of what we played. I learned Halo through them, and that's about the extent of it. I mostly played, like I said, I was playing... To be fair, I didn't play like a lot of PlayStation exclusives. I played maybe Little Big Planet. My primary, like, legitimately my favorite video games are like Nintendo. I love Pokemon. I love Fire Emblem. I used to be a Fire Emblem ROM hacker, kind of, up to a point. So, more random deep lore if anyone cares. But yeah, I used to be really into like the Fire Emblem ROM hacking scene.
Roger that.
If you asked me to ROM hack Fire Emblem, I could still do it.
Whatever you say.
It's not something I do anymore, but it was something that I really enjoyed at the time, and I always wanted to make... It was a fun experiment learning how to, you know, ROM hack in, you know, with GBA stuff. Obviously, times have changed.
Okay.
There's a lot better tools for it nowadays. Tools are makes it way easier.
Okay.
I guess I don't know where the zombies are. So I actually have full vision of this map, which is very interesting. Okay, so we need to start getting food. So let's start slapping out Fisherman's Cottage here. Here. We need to start expanding out as well. So we'll need to get the... Once we get more gold.
Attention. Building complete.
Halo 2 was split into 2 and 3. That ending was cut. Oh, I didn't realize... Wait, so Halo 2 was supposed to end with 3. The Forerunners, the aliens worship the Forerunners, killing the Biogenesis. Oh, so it's kind of one of those like paradoxes where you kill the forefathers.
You are gonna pay me for this, right?
That's a very interesting way of doing the plot, but I can appreciate at least they tried to do something different. Go up to here, and then we don't have enough to do another one. We do need more. We need wood gathering, which we don't have access to yet because we need a little bit more wood and gold, or we need more gold. This seems like a fine spot for that. Now, is it supposed to end at 2 because they just didn't have money, or is it just one of those, it's supposed to end at 2 because people think it was supposed to end at 2? Because that was a lot of things with like Final Fantasy and other games where like they think it's gonna end, but it just keeps on going and going and going because people love it. This is They Are Billions. It is a zombie tower defense survival game. You actually just missed us get completely run over by zombies in the last mission, so right now we're just kind of, we're doing a different mission here.
Building completed.
You order?
Now you can see the zombies are slowly wandering into the map, which is kind of annoying. I'm gonna start posting some of these
Building completed.
guys around because I am not gonna be able to afford to build walls for quite some time.
Tell me.
We'll just have some of these guys like wandering around, just keep an eye on the mini map as we try to continue expanding. So we'll do like rows of 8 like this, and then we'll also expand the power line straight down to center here, and then we'll also need to expand it out somewhere in other directions as well. You didn't get noticed for the stream. How are you not getting notifications? I am so concerned. That is really odd. I wish I could tell you what's going on with you not being able to get the notifications.
Attention. Building complete.
If Russian hunt, Bungie could get what they wanted to do. Oh, gotcha. Okay.
What?
What I'm also understanding is I should probably not watch the Halo TV show if I want a good,
Let me put an arrow in
if,
this
if I want to know the story of Halo. Actually, I will say one thing that I really liked about Halo, like one story that one plot line that I actually really liked, as someone who's never played Halo, is the story of Reach. I am a huge sucker for Last Stand stories. And when I was reading about like Halo lore stuff, I was like, oh, the story of Reach is literally just a Last Stand scenario, right? Like you go in there and you're not expected to live. You will die. You hate the game's lore? Okay,
What?
I'm sorry.
Great. Yeah, gotcha.
I'm just saying that I
Faster than my
I enjoyed the lore.
At your service.
And because ultimately the planet gets glassed or something, right? Like it just goes kaput. Because it turns out they're like, oh yeah, time to knock them all silly. All right, let's see. This is not an easy map to defend, by the way. This map is like a disaster. I need to quickly rush the soldier center, but we don't have stone yet, so hopefully we'll have enough stone. We're day 2 and we already got the quarry building, so that should be fine.
Yes, tell me.
We're gonna need a lot more rangers and soldiers, I think.
Just tell me what to do.
Just gotta keep this focused. Let's add more tents, I think. Should be fine like this. You might have missed, he said, but have you read the books? I have not read the books. Also, hi, Follow. How are you doing, comrade? Hopefully you're having a good evening. Are you hanging around playing some of that Run Escape? Isn't the character only MAI or do they really die? No, I'm pretty sure the characters in Reach are dead.
Attention.
Pre-Halo kind of lore around Reach was a book called Fall of Reach, was a direct prequel, and a decade later wanted to make a game around it, so they threw the book lore in the garbage to make the game. Ah, okay. Wait, do characters in the book survive? Do they survive in the book? Okay, so... Holy cow, I'm coughing. Hold on. I understand the frustration when they do retcons like that, but I used to be one of those. I'm a lot of times I'm one of those people where I hate retcons, where they need to stick to the source material as much as humanly possible, right? But at the same time, I do sometimes understand why companies may choose to retcon certain aspects of older plot lines, especially like, yeah, the book. Like, I've seen that happen, and I understand why they do it, because sometimes it's a lot harder to tell certain stories if you have to, you know, dig through years and years of, you know, all this stuff. Yeah, games usually, like, books can serve as a springboard for lore and other story bits and story beats. But ultimately, whatever's in the game is going to be the ultimate, you know, the true canon, I guess is the best way to describe it. But I definitely understand the frustration. Oh, so we need more food. We are running out of food again. I think we can build farms yet. Build hunter cottages. That should be cheap enough and easy to slam out. Get us more food workers here. We also need to get the power expanded out here, so I need to figure out like where I'm going to start walling off, because right now this map is a bit of a disaster. Because I don't know where they're going to come from, but I will need to start sealing off all of these areas, which is part of the big 343 versus Bungie fight. 343 uses the books a lot and kind of too much, while Bungie doesn't care about their existence, but never said books weren't canon, so they both existed. Well, I guess it's just multiple timelines. You're allowed to choose whichever timeline you want to accept. What do they call it? Fuzzy timelines, fuzzy canon. Pick your own canon. Which is not, I'm sure not the answer you want, but it sounds like that's kind of how they've chosen to approach it, which I do think is quite silly. I do think a lot of times you might want to just commit to a canon rather than, like, you know, trying to. You can't please everyone, right? Oh, just start slamming down a line of these bad boys here. Extend the power line out this way too. That should be fine. Okay. So we can wall here. We can wall here. I definitely need to wall this at some point. So I think we'll try to wall this quickly, because this area is relatively fertile. So there's a lot of food and wood, obviously, we can get our hands on. So we'll try to encompass this area. lot easier to manage than trying to finagle something else. No random coming in, right? Yeah. Hey, at least you're not Star Wars, where your entire canon just got wiped away because, you know, Disney purchased the entire, you know, franchise and decided, yep, all this old stuff, not canon anymore. Sorry. Yeah. When it's now considered, what, Legends now? But it's non-canon. Ha 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 ha. Oh boy. I had some friends that were really into, like, the Star Wars, like, books that were, you know, around that time period, and when Disney bought it, it's like none of it's relevant anymore. Because again, they're trying to appeal to a mass audience, and so the way they can do that is they're gonna change it all up into their own interpretation of what the canon should be. We're gonna see if we can save up for the wood workshop. I need 500 gold anyways. Considering 343 and Microsoft didn't consider Master Chief to be important to the franchise when hitting Halo 5, you don't care for the new cap. Ah, fair enough. That's also fair. Like, during the writing for Fall Reach, Bungie had the author kill off all the Spartan 2s and Spartan 3, so when it came to the game, they couldn't use the 2 secret new 3s for the game. Oh. Interesting. Let's slap this down here. Think about you're playing Knights of the Old Republic 2. Wasn't Knights of the Old Republic supposed to get a remaster or something? I vaguely remember reading something about that, but maybe that's not happening anymore. Maybe that was a thing that might have been maybe happening, but maybe I'm imagining things. But I could have sworn I read something like, yeah, we're doing a remaster of Knights of the Old Republic because everyone loves it. Okay, so if I remember, so Infinite is after 5, right? So there was 1, 2, 3, Reach, ODST, 4, 5, Infinite. And also Halo Wars somewhere in there. Okay, gotcha. Well, I appreciate the lesson in the lore of this franchise that you clearly love this franchise if you're willing to. I always say this, but people who are willing to complain about a franchise are probably its biggest fans. Because in this, for example, I complain a lot about Fire Emblem, but that's because I love Fire Emblem with all my heart. So I will complain about Fire Emblem because I point out the flaws in the franchise. And I guess it's the same way with you with Halo. You love Halo and you're willing to complain about Halo, and that's a good thing. To complain about something means you see the flaws in it and are willing to accept that there's flaws and it needs fixing. Let's get this ranger over here. I need to start clearing out these small... There's a bunch of random walkers that are coming around, so I need to make sure that these stay cleared out.
What?
Just need to have small singular units just kind of hanging around in some of these areas before we get run over. Let's get a soldier up here. Only new Star Wars you accept is Mandalorian? Wasn't the other one really popular too? Andor or something? I heard Andor was really popular, but I didn't bother watching it myself. I think we do farm next, and then let's just keep slamming out more soldiers. We can probably get away with Rangers for a while,
A new task. Great.
but we're already committed to making some of these other ones. Let's go
Are you sure?
dump this bad boy over here.
You pay.
Oh, hold on. I'm seeing over here. It's getting a little dangerous. Let's go here. And then I think we can afford to make a few more quarries because I know we're gonna need more materials. Oh, actually, we need the market at some point. Yeah, the warehouse probably is correct. Get the warehouse. Actually, don't complain about them. It's kind of toxic. Like Star Wars, Halo player, that's a good advanced stories knowledge. Okay, that's fair enough too. That's probably a lot better interpretation of how to engage with a fandom than whatever I do.
What do you want now? What?
So Fire Emblem, okay, so it depends what Fire Emblem game you're playing, but generally you're not building Fire Emblem characters. Fire Emblem stat ups are entirely RNG based, and every character has like a certain percentage that they can maybe increase in a certain stat line. So when you're playing Fire Emblem, you're not really building a character aside from whatever gear that they have. You select their gear at most, and you can use a couple items to give one-time stat boost, but that's about the extent of your quote-unquote character building in that game. That's just the way it is. It's a different experience. Let's also keep adding more of these. I need more houses. I need more workers. More workers to the farm. Okay, that's probably more than enough houses here. We probably need to start researching the other stuff too. Yeah, we're out of food. I know we're researching farms, which will at least help get us more stuff. Oh, let's also get the fisherman hut here. Might as well get more fish going. Is that all the fish? Oh, I guess I can't get any more fish beyond this. It's not a free area. Okay, so I guess we can go here at most, and then we'll add the hunter's cottages where we can slap one of these bad boys in. Okay. You can min-max like a little bit, but it's very, very difficult to do so. You just kind of roll with whatever numbers you get in Fire Emblem. But generally, Fire Emblem is easy enough that whatever numbers you get is going to be enough. Like, you don't have to worry. There's another unit coming in that way. I gotta deal with that soon. Let's send the soldier over there. I'm trying to make sure I don't accidentally forget that there's like random wanderers, so I have to kill the stragglers before they cause issues.
What do you want now?
Probably hire a few more rangers. Another ranger should be good. You wanted to build your ultimate waifu and bikini armor in which, okay, let me ask this. Which Fire Emblem are you playing? Because that actually does matter with what I'm about to tell you next.
What?
Which Fire Emblem are you playing?
Building completed. Any orders?
Because all of them have different mechanics. I can tell you the mechanics of basically all of them because I am... Fire Emblem is my weird autismo obsession too. Heroes? Okay, Heroes... I don't... Heroes sucks. Don't play Heroes. I'm not even joking. Fire Emblem Heroes... I played that game on release. So if you don't know, Fire Emblem Heroes is the gacha for Fire Emblem. In that case, yes, there is a min-max component to the game. It is a but the thing is, you have to min-max in Fire Emblem Heroes, and that's what turned me off from the title. Like, you have to sacrifice units that you recruit in order to be able to use their weapons and on other units and stuff like that. It's very silly. I played it when it came out because, you know, as a huge Fire Emblem fan, I basically will touch every Fire Emblem game that comes out because I'm curious to know, like, what is this game about? Is it gonna be fun? Is it enjoyable? Does it fill the need for Fire Emblem in my soul? And unfortunately, Heroes... A lot of games, especially live service games, suffer from power creep. Right? Okay, hold on. I'm just gonna pull this up. I'm gonna pull up the image again. I'm sorry. I have to pull this up again. I'm gonna pause the game. Heroes. What is it called? Descriptions. So when Fire Emblem Heroes first came out, ability descriptions were really short. Like, imagine this was a weapon description. I'm pulling it up on screen real quick. Like, this was your weapon description in Fire Emblem Heroes, like when it came out. You know, it's super short, okay? It's short, it's to the point, okay? Effective against dragons at the start of every second turn, restore HP, and then, you know, can only be equipped by Marth or whatever, and if you get some additional stats if you're next to another unit. And then you look at, like, this, or this, or this. Like, this is what Fire Emblem is nowadays. It's actually, it's a literal Yu-Gi-Oh card. And it's basically, you cannot parse this very quickly. Now, granted, a lot of this is just descriptions like, okay, we're keywording bonus, and now we're going to explain to you what bonus is. We're going to keyword Kanto, explain to you what Kanto is, but then there's like all these riders that come along with all these different abilities, and it just becomes so absurd. And some of them aren't even riders, it's just a lot of different effects that are just stacked on top of one another. Especially when you have abilities that are like characters that are combo characters with other characters, and their abilities are just like super comically long. It's literal just walls of text. I cannot, in any good faith, recommend you play Fire Emblem Heroes. I just straight up recommend you uninstall it and go play an actual Fire Emblem game. I recommend you start with Fire Emblem Awakening, quite frankly. Fire Emblem Awakening was Nintendo's attempt at making sure that the Fire Emblem franchise doesn't die, and is, quite frankly, a really good introduction into the franchise that's not going to... One, it's not going to break the bank. And two, is actually a pretty good way to get introduced into the franchise, because it has a lot of callbacks to older Fire Emblem titles, and there is a min-max component if you like to maximize your character statistics. and there are a lot of challenge maps to go with it. And it is kind of the start of, and Awakening was the start of the modern waifu emblem meta that we have with Fire Emblem designs. So if you really are looking for an introduction to a good Fire Emblem game, I always say Awakening is probably the best one to start with. Yeah, I generally recommend Awakening. Is that the one with the purple-haired, no-pants girl with the... No, that's Fates. And I hate the fact that I knew exactly which character you were talking about. Like you don't even need to explain. Like, I instantly knew which character you're referring to, which is a scary thing to think about. So, the character being referenced is Camilla from Fire Emblem Fates. Which, for lack of better terms, she looks like this. How do I open this image? Oh, here we go. Open image in new tab. Yeah, she rides a wyvern and she beats you with her axe. And also, oh my gosh, you know the funniest thing? She's voiced by Miyuki Sawashiro. Have you ever seen her intro scene when she's introduced in Fire Emblem Fates? Wait, hold on, I have to pull this up. This is so funny. Hold on. Fire Emblem Fates Camilla intro. Like, it's so over the top. Hold on. This is her introduction. That is the actual cutscene from Fire Emblem Fates. She just comes in full swagger and the camera's panning all around her assets, to say the least. And that's her introduction to you, the character. Fire Emblem, I do not recommend you play Fire Emblem Fates as your first game. If you want, go for it, but I want to say I at least warned you not to. Fire Emblem Fates is a special game made for special people. You know that whole joke about you know, the main character always getting, like, you know, everyone wants the main character all the time because there's like, oh, it's like the child of destiny. And so in a lot of RPGs, they'll glaze the main character all the time, like, oh my god, you're the hero of destiny, we'll follow you to the ends of the earth. It's that in Fates, but taken to the extreme. Also, there's a lot of incest. Oh yeah, they also force you to buy the game twice, because you have to buy the main game, then you have to buy the DLC to get the true ending, but you generally don't want to play the true ending until you play the other game because it's a paired set. It's like Pokemon. You have Fates, Birthright, Fates Conquest, and then you have Fates Revelations, and you need to play all three to get the true story. And the third route sucked anyways. I should know. I bought the special edition. It's on my shelf. I buy the special edition of every Fire Emblem game that comes out, unironically. Like, I don't know how I'm willing to spend money to buy the special edition of every Fire Emblem game that comes out, because I really do like the franchise, even if the franchise is a little special in the head sometimes. Describe them in the most good way possible. I'm concerned. I mean, if you're describing a Fire Emblem character, I could probably figure out the character. Especially if it's a more recent game. Life of games you in Shadow. Don't play Shadows. Shadows is not a Fire Emblem game. I don't care what Nintendo tells you. Shadows is not a Fire Emblem title. Okay, Shadows is like some game that they needed a theme in order to sell copies of, and they decided, you know what, we'll just put it's a Fire Emblem game now. It's not a Fire Emblem game. I do not care what anyone says. That is my boomer Fire Emblem. That is my boomer Emblem take. I have very strong opinions on Fire Emblem. We used to do Fire Emblem PMEs where people would submit characters, and I would ROM hack them into Fire Emblem. It was actually a lot of fun. We haven't done that in like 2 years, and I've been kind of wanting to maybe go back to doing it. So like on Discord, I would have people submit characters, and I would ROM hack them into a Fire Emblem ROM hack that I'm gonna be playing, and then we'd play through the game. Your character would probably live or die depending on how good I am at the specific title that I'm playing. And it was actually a lot of fun. I kind of want to do that again. Although there's a lot of other things that I want to do, like the Pokemon PME at some, or, you know, Egg Lock, things like that. Just don't have time to do all these cool projects anymore. It's such a shame. I need more windmills, please. Oh shoot, I wasn't paying attention to the map. There's a lot of small troops running. We gotta start wiping out some of these guys.
You pay.
They're getting a little too numerous.
What?
This one should be okay over here. Go here. And then we'll have this one quickly go here. This one should be able to go here.
Attention. Building completed.
This one artist likes to draw this dark-haired teal girl who is a professor, and her hair becomes lime green at some point. Plus she has a canon black bikini outfit. It's probably dark-haired teal girl. Oh, it's the main character from Three Houses. It's Byleth. So Fire Emblem Three Houses, there's 2 protagonists. You can either have the male or female version, but it's probably this one. It's the female version of Byleth, because in the story she's got dark hair. But in the story she merges with your dragon lolly goddess character, and her hair turns teal like this because Sothis, who is the goddess like one of the goddesses of the Fire Emblem Three Houses universe, this one, which I'm sure you've seen a lot of art of as well, merges with her. She's like inside of her. She's inside of Violet's mind palace or something like that. The story's really ridiculous. People love Three Houses. I thought Three Houses was okay. My biggest complaint with Three Houses, that game takes forever to play. Oh my god. Three Houses has... Okay, so a lot of video games have time skips, right? Three Houses is a time skip, which I don't mind a time skip, but Three Houses does their time skip so poorly that it actually turned me off from doing all of the routes, like, completely. So if you don't know, Three Houses has what's called, like, time skip mechanics, obviously. Because, there's a certain plot point where you, the main character, disappear for, like, some 2 years or something like that. Something ridiculous. And the war's still ongoing, and so they put you into, like, some time stasis bubble thing, or Sothis does, and that's how you're able to move forward into the future. And I don't know why, but they kept... But because you're in the beginning of the game, you're a teacher at this, you know, officers academy for the nobility. And then I guess for whatever reason they decide, well, what if you still have to teach your students 2 years in the future because you're a teacher, ha ha ha. And I'm like, this is such a stupid plot point. I hate this. They make a lot of really weird choices in Fire Emblem. Yeah, I don't know. Oh shoot, hold on, I almost missed this troop over here. Gotta kill this one too. I gotta make sure we don't let these guys run around. Gotta make sure I'm paying attention to the map at all times.
Are you sure?
Valencia instead of Almia? What do you mean? What's the Tharja? You see her fan art on the corner? Because she's a yandere. Listen, people love yandere characters. I don't know how to describe it. And Tharja and her reincarnation of Rajat or whatever
You again.
is
My bow
just
is
like,
ready.
she's the hot and bothered. Okay, you know the joke. Dami mommy goth girl. Tharja is basically Dami mommy goth girl who wants to, like, capture you and make you her permanent lover or something. Like, it literally, it writes itself. I don't know what to tell you. Like, there's a reason why she's popular. I don't feel like I have to explain why she's popular. I feel like that's self-explanatory. But yeah, she's very popular for a reason. I'll say that much. I like Shadows of Valencia a lot. Shadows of Valencia, I think, was a really good way to do a remake of a game while being faithful to the original. That's why I enjoyed SOV. A lot of people apparently did not like SOV because they're like, we need to make this game more like modern Fire Emblem with waifu emblem mechanics. I'm like, God.
Great.
I know I keep saying waifu emblem a lot, but you have to understand, I've been playing Fire Emblem since the first release came out in the US, and then I played every other Fire Emblem after that, and then all the ones before that too. Older Fire Emblem titles were very much focused on a specific set of characters, and all the side characters were there to just kind of, you know, help round out the world and the plot. But there wasn't really, like, mating mechanics. And then Fire Emblem Awakening came out, which was kind of like Nintendo's last attempt to kind of revive the franchise in the West. It popped off so hard, and one of the biggest draws, unironically, was the fact that you could create an avatar character. And your avatar character was a representation of you, the player, and you, the player, could pick your favorite waifu character. Any character in the game, make them your waifu, and you make time-traveling babies with them. And then you recruit your time-traveling babies to fight with you in the Great War. I wish I was joking when I said that, but that is legitimately the plot of Fire Emblem Awakening. Isn't it great? Don't you love time travel? Really, something scared to engage with it. Yeah, I mean, that's a character in the game that exists. No, he is a very popular character for multiple reasons that I'm not going to get into. But yes, she is your... Okay, so here's the thing. There's a reason why in Fire Emblem, dragon characters, or as they're commonly called, Manaketes. So in the Fire Emblem lore, essentially dragons go crazy, okay, after a certain amount of time. Like, they will slowly degenerate mentally and go insane. Okay, that's called, I don't know what they call it, but it's called degeneration. And so, while dragons once ruled the world, they don't rule it as much anymore, and humans started to take over, because the only way for the dragons to maintain their sanity was they had to take all their draconic power and put it into the dragon stones, okay? But dragons also live for a very long time, and so that's why the dragons basically come in two flavors. You have adult Noe, and you have young... You have, like, adult Tiki and young Tiki, and stuff like that. Also, hello, Rachel, how are you doing? Also, hello, Tidin Grau. That plot sounds like Mushoku Tensei. I mean, a little bit. I didn't really get into Mushoku Tensei, but I'm aware of some of the plot beats of that series. Maybe at some point I'll finish it, but not anytime soon. Also put another gate here so I can seal this off, because it should be fairly easy to seal off. Have I ever tried Grand Chase? I need to look up what Grand Chase is, actually. I don't know what that is. What's a Grand Chase? No, I've not played this. Oh wait, is this the one? Hold on, I might have actually played this. Is this the one with the white-haired character that has, like, orbs or something? I remember there was, like, a game I played a long time ago that was similar. It looked a lot like this, and one of the characters has, like, some white and black-haired toned character, like, two-toned character. Oh, no, okay, yeah, it's Elsword, thank you. Yes, Elsword was the one that I played. Close enough. Yeah, Elsword's the one. We need more soldiers. I know we're gonna need more soldiers, but I don't have enough gold to slam these out. We need to start upgrading these. We have like 10 in-game days. Start getting a few of these out. Where we need more money. Not feeling too old in the tummy, just hang out. I hope your stomach feels better. My stomach was also feeling a little funny today, and unironically, I said this earlier, but consuming Taco Bell fixed it. And Ray thinks I'm crazy for saying that, but I'm like, it's true. Taco Bell fixed my stomach problems. Sometimes relief can come in the strangest of places, I'm telling you. It was definitely odd. Oh, you know what we need? I keep forgetting. We need a market, because we're short on money. Having a market will allow me to auto-sell the excess wood that we're getting, and that'll probably fix a lot of our money issues. Now, I don't know if we're going to have enough soldiers is the biggest issue. I need 450 to research it, then probably more to build it as well. So hopefully it'll be enough, but I don't really have a big defensive area, so maybe the solution is we build out here as quickly as possible, and we can just wall here, and try to maybe bait them into this area. Let's say with Taco Bell being the food that absolutely gets stuck in one's guts. Well, I mean, so Taco Bell uses a lot of... Oh, shoot. This is what I was afraid of. I wasn't paying attention. So Taco Bell uses a lot of oil in their foods, for one. Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. I wasn't paying attention. Now they're gonna try to destroy that. Let's get over here real fast.
Soldiers are in
We
trouble.
gotta start putting rangers on these walls so that they can't destroy these things. I wasn't paying attention. That's my own fault. Let's get that over there.
Trying to
You
break
are gonna
through.
pay me for this, right?
We gotta get these protected so I can just passively not pay attention to these things. Get these over here. I know I have 2 soldiers here. Get them over here. This map is fairly big. We'll dump you here, and then we'll drop another bad boy over here as well. Anyways, yes, there's a lot of oil in those foods and beans.
Better be good.
Beans are, you know, they're healthy for your gut, but Taco Bell beans are not like just straight black beans. They are refried beans, which is not exactly what I would call healthy dining. In fact, I would call it very, very far from healthy dining. And so when people, you know, make the joke about like Taco Bell wrecking your gut, there's a reason why people joke about it, because it does.
Reporting for duty. Attention. Technology
It's one of those zombie click. I mean, okay, that's actually a really fun way to describe it. It kind of is like one of those games. It's not exactly, but I do get where you're coming from. This is a really good game, though. I highly recommend it. I mean, like, obviously, if I always say, if you like what you see, go buy the game. This game is feature complete. The developers probably are not adding any more content to this game. They haven't added any new content in this game basically since it released. What you get is what you get. And I think that's beautiful. I think that's a beautiful thing that they just like said, here's the game. What you get exactly what's on the tin. Okay, so I also need to dump someone up there. We'll put a soldier up here,
building complete.
just so I don't have to keep paying attention to all these walls. I need to dump one over here too. Let's get more gold. Having eaten miso is not the difference in South Asian food. I don't know, like, it's different for everyone. I try not to eat Taco Bell very often. I used to eat Taco Bell a lot because it was cheap, and sometimes you just need cheap eats to kind of get you through the day. But obviously I'm in a position where I am no longer required to sacrifice my bodily health in the name of cheap consumable food. Now I can kind of, you know, consume nicer, healthier options, right? And I hope that all of you are able to consume quality meals as well and not just rely on garbage to get you through the day.
Just tell me what to do.
But, you know, everyone's situation's different.
What do you want now?
Let's get this soldier down here. There's actually a lot of more enemies coming in than I had anticipated.
Building completed.
We may have to multi-layer defense this at some point. Put this there. Oh, shoot. Oh, okay, yes, this is what I was afraid of. This is why we set up multiple walls to protect ourselves. That's why we got these defenses going.
Completed.
You can see they're starting to come in. I need a tower here, and I need to put a soldier here somewhere. I need a soldier. Where's my soldiers? Make more. These guys down here. Cheap food is your good on average. You work all 3 different work scheduling, miss cooking. I mean, like I said, there's nothing wrong with it, but you definitely, at some point, it will catch up to you. Okay, I don't know how else to describe it, but eventually, remember this.
Just tell
Your
me what
diet
to do.
choices will find
All
you,
the way.
and you will be punished for it eventually. You want to know how I know this? I'm a living example of it. I make this joke a lot, but please, be sure to eat healthy. Or if you're gonna eat garbage, at least try to eat less. Try to eat slightly better garbage.
Reporting for
I don't know.
duty.
I need to know where they're coming from. I don't know if I can actually defend this correctly. I might not have set up defenses properly. We get a power extension here, and then this I think we can start sealing off. Like this is probably fine. And then 1, 2, 3. I have enough wood for this, thankfully. Like this should be okay. Okay, then we just have to add a tower at some point. Simple dish you make with beef stew with mac and cheese, cutting up mac, steak and adding mac and cheese not clean. I mean, that's a delicious meal. That sounds great, actually. I would eat that. Then again, I eat a lot of things, but I'm not terribly. Oh, okay. I can't say I'm not picky. The regular comrades know that I'm somewhat picky with certain things that I consume. I love my meats. I do not like mushrooms, you know, things like that. You know, little shenanigans like, okay, this is, oh shoot, I don't know if I have this. This is not protected over here. We'll try to hold this off here, but I don't think we're ready for this. Oh gosh, look at that. There's another stack of zombies coming in this way.
All right.
Put a tower here and put a wall here for now. we can probably try to delay them a little longer.
Waiting on orders.
I just got to make sure that, again, those wild stragglers aren't coming in and causing issues.
For the human!
Yeah, that's what I was afraid of right here, so that should rip that apart. Ah, see, this is why we build the wall. I wasn't paying attention, and now there's a zombie over there that needs to be permanently executed. But that's not going to cause any more issues. We'll put this soldier on that wall. And then maybe we should start sealing this up as well. I didn't want to seal it up like this too quickly, but I think we have no choice. We can expand out later. For now, let's just get the wall built. At least gives us additional access points, and then maybe put a few towers here. Okay. Like mushroom soup from KFC in the Philippines. Yeah, that does not sound like something I would want to eat.
Commander?
Mushroom soups are not, I don't find delicious. But then again, for me, I just don't like the taste of mushrooms. It's one of those things where like you have a negative experience with a certain food as a kid, and then it just like lasts with you through adulthood, and you just can never shake it off ever. And unfortunately, that's what happened with me and mushrooms, and that's why I have a very negative opinion on mushrooms. But don't let that stop me from eating. I'll still eat mushrooms. Like I'm an adult. I can eat mushrooms. Contrary to popular belief, I can consume things that I don't like if I have to, or if it's available to me.
Any orders?
I'm not that much of a baby. Plus, also having a wife who makes you eat certain foods
Any orders?
does kind of entice you to consume those foods somewhat more regularly. So, at least that's another bonus. Ray's making me eat all sorts of things all the time to have some variety. Oh, can I put can I not put this here? Oh, we don't have enough resources. Okay.
Arrived at the station.
Okay. This is still not fully defended in the way that I would want it to be, so we'll see what we can set up, but I need to figure out where I think my strategy is literally figure out where the enemy's coming from, and we'll just try to build around that, because I cannot obviously cover every possible angle where the horde's coming. So hopefully just a giant stack of soldiers might be enough to hold, but it's gonna be a little rough.
Tell me.
It just really depends. And we'll try to use the soul or the ranger to bait. Remember something you didn't want to recall? Okay, so they're coming in from the north, so they'll be coming in from this angle, I think. One of these three directions. So this, and this are going to be the hardest hit. So we'll need to start preparing defenses quickly. We have 10 hours, which is surprisingly quick. I think the wooden wall's probably enough to hold the line. So we'll get whatever random soldiers wandering. So let's get you over here. Whatever wanderers we have, let's just start shoving them over there quickly. So we'll put the ranger here and then take you out of here. So I want the regular footmen over there.
Understood.
All right. You want to try making mash is an experience, but I mean, remember, if there's ever something you want to cook,
All right.
YouTube exists. All right. Anything you could possibly want to cook in today's world, there is almost guaranteed a YouTube video for it. All you got to do is watch the YouTube video. And that's the joy of the internet, right? Like anything you want to eat, if you're willing to look for it, you'll find out how to make it. Okay. Oh, they're coming in that direction. Okay, so in that case, let's pull these guys out here, and let's pull these guys over here quickly, and then we need to run over there ASAP. See if we can use the ranger to maybe bait some of these out of here. Oh, jeez. Yeah, I think we'll see if we can bait. Okay, let's go here. Go here. Stand here. Get this guy down here. And we'll use the ranger to bait. It's a fairly small horde. That seems to be easy enough to handle, right?
Gotcha. Yes.
Oh, I love a good Wendy's chili, not gonna lie.
Gotcha. Roger that.
Also, the other reason I think that the Taco Bell helped me out a lot earlier is because, again, I've been eating primarily soft foods for the past week because of my oral surgery.
Yeah.
And I think just having something more solid in my stomach was just such a huge boon. This is so funny. Look at this. I can just run circles around them while they're doing that. Let's make sure we're building things. We have enough food. I think I need the energy. So we'll put this here, and then we'll put a sawmill right there. Should be good. We do need to expand our quarries. I need to get to the iron. So I think what we have to do is we have to rapidly expand out here. I need to get that iron soon. Yeah, we'll do exactly that. I also need to start sealing this up here. The nice thing about this map is that because of the way it's designed, all of these are basically concave defense points. So I can just plop, you know, 2 lines of fire. Makes it a lot easier to defend. Last time you were your friends comes around person you like in diner, then the prof is treating them and assured them eat veggies and said, "What if I'm the one who made them?" Oh, that sounds really cringe. Listen, if you're if you're out in public, just eat the veggies. Don't be a baby about it. All right, keep baiting these. Gosh, this is why I love fighting normal, regular zombies. They're so easy to just juke around. There we go. See that? Okay, so they are destroying some of this a little bit, but we can keep baiting them. Oh shoot, they're coming in all directions. Yeah, we gotta slam out more of these bad boys. Okay, you go there. And really gonna have to start focusing on setting up all these defensive walls. While we have resources, I want to make sure we get a quarry here to maximize our stone output. Get another one down there. Get our energy expanded as far as we can. So this will be enough to wall this off completely. We'll concave that a little bit as well. Back in 7th grade. Still a little cringe to think about, I guess. Oh. Okay. Keep juking them around. Yeah, the wall's under attack, but that's fine. Okay. I remember learning the strategy of like juking the zombies around, and it made this game way easier once I learned that this is how you're supposed to be doing this. This is the power of the ranger. All right, they can just gun them down, and that should not be an issue anymore. These do have a decent amount of bulk to them, so I definitely need to start getting more AoE options as well. But turrets and stuff like that will come at eventually. Honestly, the best solution, just add more soldiers. When in doubt, add more of these bad boys. Okay, I need to get you down here so I can have you destroy that real quick. And I know there's a ranger over here, so I need you to deal with that. All right, another wave successfully defended. That was just wave 1. We have 10 days until wave 2. Slam that out. Let's quickly take care of this real fast. So this needs to wall up quickly. Okay. So if I can seal this entire area, we can just focus on getting the iron. And that'll get us more resources that we definitely need to get our hands on. So I think that's going to be my next main immediate goal. Let's build this out here. And let's just add a few towers. A few towers was generally enough to kind of give you enough time to react to stuff anyways. We'll put like the guard post here. And then 1, 2, 3. Something like this is kind of cute. I like that design. Then you can put towers. Well, we'll double it up eventually. But for now, tower here and tower here. And that should be good. Okay, let's get another soldier over here, because there's a huge gap in amount of soldiers that are available to protect that area, as well as over here. Just keep recruiting. We're gonna need more. See if I can print kids. Were you like eating like super mushy or canned vegetables? Honestly, a lot of times, you know, the thing is, you know what's really funny? It's a very interesting observation, but you know how in a lot of children's media, you know, obviously the kids don't want to eat their vegetables. That's a very common trope. But did you know that depending on what country that media is airing in, they actually change the vegetable that the kids don't want to eat? Apparently it's like, for example, in the US, kids don't want to eat their carrots or their peas, right? Or their green beans. But in a country like Japan, it's actually something like bell peppers. Capsaicins or whatever you want to call it. It's actually like the thing that they use to represent kids don't want to eat this. And I only learned about this because apparently there's like a movie that I think Inside Out was like where this was like I first heard about this thing. It's just it's such a cool bit of information about like how localization and regionalization of various media operates. I think it's a fun little fun fact. Okay, so we can seal this off, and then we'll be able to start getting the iron. Okay. Let's get the quarry for the more stone going as well. Okay. Also need to start ripping some of these. These guys are moving in a little quickly.
Understood.
Little Shin-chan hates them too. Yeah, that's probably why. Like, if a little kid hates it in like an early piece of media that's very formulative of a national identity type thing, then yeah, it's gonna be forever ingrained in society.
Understood. Reporting for duty.
Okay, what do we need to build next? I have a lot of wood, but not enough gold. Maybe we just keep adding more houses. If we just keep slamming out more houses, more people means more bodies, which means more money. I do these in groups of 8, so I'll do groups of 8. I don't mind peppers. I hated peppers as a kid, but now I'm like, you know what? It does add a little bit of like a sweetness to a dish. You start, like, obviously as your taste buds mature, flavor profiles, right? And that's a good thing. You know, your taste buds should never be, you know, the same. Now, granted, there's certain things that I'll eat basically until the day I die. Mussels, clams, things that gave me gout. But, you know, it's all good in moderation. Just gotta be moderate about it. Yeah, I can't put... Yeah, gotta love, jelly-filled donuts, the gout baiter. Exactly. Hi, Alana. Have you been listening to me ramble this whole time? Hopefully the rambling was at least somewhat enjoyable. How are you doing? Slap one of these bad boys here.
Attention.
God, I always thought it was really weird, like, why why it was jelly-filled donuts. Like, as a kid, I was like, that doesn't look like a donut. But I also didn't know what a rice ball was at the time, because, you know, I'm a 5-year-old child watching a cartoon that's a glorified advertisement for a franchise. Oh, she's addicted. Oh, well, I guess she's lost now. Hey, at least she's enjoying it. Better to be playing a game and enjoying it than playing a game and not enjoying it at all, right? Oh my god, I can finally start farming iron. Oh, there we go. I tried Warframe. I couldn't get into Warframe. I'm sorry. It's just not the game for me. I really tried, but I couldn't get into the Space Pirate Mall Ninja game. There we go. That should be defensible. I'll probably do like a secondary defensive wall here. Probably don't need that to be super intense. Where is the next wave? 28 days. I need to figure out where they're going to strike next, so I can start doubling up into certain defensive areas. Let's go rank this up here, and then I need to build... Probably get a warehouse. We already have a warehouse. Let's get the... I need the stone workshop. 1,000 gold, that's fine. They're gonna... Oh, did they give her like a lot of gold? Okay, well, if they give her a lot of money, then yeah, that's a very easy way to be like, yep, I'll play the game. Yeah, when you can start with like a lot of free stuff. I'm sure they probably gave her like a creator code that's like, yeah, get people to sign up with this code and they'll start immediately with all this cool new stuff that is easy to access. I'm gonna use this blank area for my windmill farm. That's probably a good way to use that resource. Let's also start putting people here. You go there, and we'll get these guys down here as well. So we'll put you here and you over here. Make sure we're still recruiting more soldiers. Okay, there's just one there. These will need to be doubled up soon. So they came from this side, which means my guess is they'll probably come from the south. Which, if they come in here, that's fine. If they come in here, that's really bad, because that's not protected at all. She's actually addicted. Ah, well, I guess that's how they got her. She's lost now. It's all over. She's already addicted. Like I said, I tried. I really wanted to like it. I felt like it was a game that I would have enjoyed if I was younger. But now I'm like, I have old man reflexes. I don't know how to play funny fast shooter anymore. I only know how to play Butterfield. I do sometimes see memes of the game, but it's usually in the context of like, look at this character that for some reason everyone is having the hots for, even though it's just a robot or something along those lines. It was something silly like that. I'm like, huh. Locking free access of a building. Okay, so I guess we can't expand that. Oh, that's really funny. I mean, I basically swapped to PvE gameplay. I don't do a lot of PvP anymore because what's the point? PvP is just, I don't want to say it's suffering, but it's just a lot of work, a lot of energy. and you just get frustrated a lot. So a lot of times it's just better to play something that's cozier and play. There's a reason why cozy games are very popular, because sometimes you just don't want to deal with the competitiveness of other people. Nothing wrong with competition, but I find a lot of times competition may ruin the gameplay experience for some people. And for me, depending on what it is, that does happen. Yeah, games are supposed to be fun, and if I'm not having fun, I'm not going to play it. No, I don't mean that in terms of like Warframe, but I mean that in terms of just like look at Tarkov, right? I think Tarkov's a really cool game and concept, but God, I hate playing against other players. I think Tarkov PvP is one of the most infuriating experiences of all time, especially because you know there's a lot of hackers on that platform. Any PvP game is bound to deal, you're bound to deal with hackers, and you will just never be able to get away from them, and they will ruin your experience. And at some point you have to ask yourself, is it worth it? What's Conclave? Is that one of those wacky-tacky games that's coming out or something? Another weird game that I should be aware of, or is it a game that doesn't really matter? I need a soldier. Some soldiers down here. This area is like not well protected yet. Let's also make sure we're slamming out more dudes. Okay. There we go. So this at least is well. Oh, this one needs a body. I just realized there's no one protecting that area. Let's take half of this and go here, because these turrets do need someone standing on there. I am still just not having enough money. I need to build that bank, which 20 energy is a lot, but we'll have that soon. And the banks will increase our gold income significantly. So we'll just slap this bad boy. Ooh, perfect. Slot that bank right in there. Excellent. Okay. Okay, so this area is what needs to be protected next. So we'll try to reach down here and protect this and this, but obviously it's something it's a work in progress. And then I think we'll seal this area off like this, because that way we can protect all of this. Okay. Y'all, let me get timed out if you say Nezha is a trap. What is this? What's a Nezha? Do I need to look this up? Nezha Warframe. Oh, it's like Nezha, like from the Journey to the West. Yeah, it literally has the fire rings and everything. Got it. Okay, we gotta make sure we... Oh, see, this is the part I'm getting a little concerned about. Like, see all these zombies here?
Bring them on!
They're actually getting a little more numerous that are we might be struggling to gun them down a little bit here. That's why we're trying to rapidly build out our defenses. I think I want to go down up to about here, and then we'll expand down over there. That's fine. Not just general description of an effeminate male. Oh, is this the trap discourse again? I feel like this topic comes up like once every couple months, and I'm not gonna have an opinion on it. I'm gonna say that it's a dangerous topic to start talking about, so I'm not gonna talk about it.
Building completed.
Oh shoot. There's a lot of coming over there. Yeah, I mean, I don't blame them for not wanting to deal with that discussion. So I accept that. Some topics, people are just not capable of being mature enough to discuss, and will cause issues discussing it. And oftentimes it's just best to just carry on and just not talk about it. Yeah, unfortunately I think the word trap is one of those things that's just, there's a lot of connotations with that word.
Attention. Building completed.
Okay. Oh shoot, there's a small horde coming in that way. We should probably grab these guys over there. Anyway, I think that range is pretty good. We also have not been building any snipers, by the way. I don't think we need snipers right now, but for now, soldiers are going to be our primary source of manpower. We do need more workers, though. Always slam out more houses in a bit. You've been using your xylitol. What is a xylitol? xylitol.
Attention. Building complete.
Oh, it's organic comp. Oh, I remember you mentioning something about this. Yeah,
Attention.
the sugar substitute. Only trap cards, you know, are the ones you set down face down every turn. But Yugi, what God? I still love Yu-Gi-Oh. But you're not. But did you know modern Yu-Gi-Oh doesn't do anything with trap cards anymore? It's all about hand traps, and it kind of sucks. Modern Yu-Gi-Oh sucks. Oh, because that's right. You have like teeth problems too. How's your teeth problem? How's recovering from your teeth issues, Ranu? Is it still suffering? Also, we need to research the stone houses. I think we do have enough. We just don't have enough money.
Attention. Reporting for duty. Completed.
We're gonna start double walling. Oopsies. Too much here. Uh-oh, I deleted the wall. Didn't mean to do that. Uh-oh. Okay, that's fine. We can rebuild.
Train has arrived at the station.
Start double walling everything because I want to make sure we have enough defenses to deal with this. And then this one as well needs an extra wall here. Anywhere where I can justify adding extra. Just a lot of personal language. You like the term is accurate. But objectively feminine male works fine. Like I said, I understand I understand all the terms in this.
More orders.
I think just because it's can occasionally get as a heated topic, let's just not discuss the etymology of trap versus using another term. Just probably safer that way. Been on Yu-Gi-Oh so long, and Boomer Yu-Gi-Ohs, you think you're playing MTG Commanders, your TCG, so it gets worse. Oh, trust me, I don't play Yu-Gi-Oh anymore. I used to play
Reporting for duty.
I used to play Master Duel a little bit, and I played Yu-Gi-Oh when it came out a long time ago. Like I had one of the original starter decks, like Yugi Kaiba. I think it was the Yugi one that I had, and it was a lot of fun, kind of at the time. But now Yu-Gi-Oh is just too fast. Now, I basically been playing Magic since 2010, so that's kind of been my whole shtick for... I'm not gonna say Magic's been a personality trait, but Magic is kind of a personality trait. It's something that's just been playing forever, and it's more or less a huge portion of my life.
Reporting for duty.
Right? And I can't get away from it. That's just how it is. I actually do occasionally dabble in designing custom Magic cards, and there was a point where I was designing custom Magic cards for VTubers because I thought it was kind of a fun project to do on the side. So maybe I'll pull some of those out again at some point, because it is a lot of fun to just think about, like, okay, how would you represent this individual as a VTuber? Like, I think I did one for Giga, I did one for a bunch of other smaller VTubers that I know that I could come up with ideas for. Started in 14, your senior year of high school, you're a proud teamer player. Big creatures, the deck.
Reporting for duty.
Modern Yu-Gi-Oh is BS because you need to wait for the prince to play some playing skills where you get turned. That's why I don't play Modern Yu-Gi-Oh. Modern Yu-Gi-Oh is a exercise in it's basically a game of who goes first, and then you win. Congratulations. That's why I cannot support Modern Yu-Gi-Oh. It just doesn't make any sense. Why play it? A lot of people consider, a lot of people do consider it a slur, so that's why we're just not gonna talk about the topic. That's probably the easiest and safest solution for everyone involved.
Reporting for duty.
But I do remember, like, in the old days of Yu-Gi-Oh, it's like you can set a trap card and then it'll do something later down the line when your opponent triggers it. Now it's like your opponent's every card just wipes your entire back line, so you have to rely on hand traps so your opponent can't react fast enough to it. And while that's fine for some people, I think it's stupid. What's the point of this? Like, basically, Modern Yu-Gi-Oh has gotten rid of an entire class of cards because there's no more point to it.
Attention.
No longer is it, it's no longer place trap, summon monster. Now it's like summon monster, which summons 3 other monsters, which summons 2 monsters. Then you go into your link, which then leads into your exceed, which then leads into your whatever mechanic, and it's awful. I hate Modern Yu-Gi-Oh. I'm a boomer. I will whine about it I will whine about it forever and ever. Don't play Modern Yu-Gi-Oh. It sucks. It's not worth it. Not worth your time. I will be the Modern Yu-Gi-Oh hater. I will be a Modern Yu-Gi-Oh hater till the day. Is there no oil on this map? Oh, there is oil. Okay. There's like... Okay, so I went to get the iron, but the oil's up here. That's annoying. Okay, so I think I can seal this. Probably just put like 2 towers here for now. And then probably just seal the rest of that up. And then we can probably seal here.
Reporting for duty.
And then after we get this, we can go up there. Scrap iron is still useful. I don't know what scrap iron is. Oh, wait, it's the one where it's like if you attack, you can like kind of reveal it and cancel the attack, right? Almost like a negate attack. I think that's what scrap iron is. I think if I remember correctly. Like I said, you know what I played back in the day? I played Zombie World.
They are attacking.
And then nowadays, if I choose to boot up Master Duel, I play
Any orders?
my deck of choice is Shiranui Synchros because I like the Shiranui archetype a lot, so that's kind of my personal preference for funny haha shenanigans. I'm still concerned we don't have enough defenses, and it concerns me greatly. We gotta really get this up here. Now that will allow us to seal that off. So maybe we just do, I guess 1, 2, 3, and then we can seal it off like this is fine.
Attention. Building completed.
Okay. I don't know what Butte is, but I assume it's some kind of archetype that I'm just not aware of off the top of my head.
Commander?
Right, more soldiers. Okay, also we need more power. Let's slam out the mills. How many more mills can I build before the game yells at me for building too many mills? That's probably good enough. Alright, so I guess it's more power. We need more farms. So let's turn all this fertile land. Is it fertile or fertile? Turn it onto beautiful, bountiful fields of wheat that we can use to feed our ever-growing war machine. I guess the most prophecy cards are either extras or some decks are limited and banned. I mean, hey, that's just how it is nowadays. Oh shoot, 2 days until zombie attack comes in, right? We can't build the farm until these things are made. These produce about 30 power, which should probably fuel us for a while. While we're doing that, let's also research the wasp, and we'll probably do foundry after that. While we're here, let's grab the lookout tower.
Building completed.
Beautiful. Oh my gosh, they're actually coming in large quantities up here. We should probably maybe double up here. I would like to put down a ballista. I actually don't know if the ballista can shoot out over the trees. They might actually not be able to shoot over trees,
Attention.
which would be a little concerning. Let's grab like 3 of these bad boys, just trying to drop them over here. Yeah. We may need to double up this gate because it's a little cramped, as you might have noticed. We'll start stoning this up like this too.
Is everything okay?
Okay.
Follow the colony.
Throw these guys in there. Perfect.
Reporting for duty.
Both are valid, but the most common is 2 pronunciations, not 3. Fertile, fertile. Okay, that is 3. Fertile. Fertile. Okay. Listen. I have to double check by asking, because if I say it incorrectly, someone is gonna go in chat and be like, say it again, say the word again, because apparently I'll have said it wrong, because apparently I say every English word incorrectly. I promise, English is actually my first language, please believe me. Oh shoot, that's not where I wanted to go. Please believe me, English, I am a native English speaker. Let's expand this out a little bit here so we have more room to pull out into that area. Also start expanding, or also gonna start upgrading all the walls to stone at this point, and just dropping down towers wherever we can.
Attention. Technology research finished.
There, look at all that beautiful research that we've gotten done. Let's put another tower here. I'll probably double this up soon too. Basically, we have enough set up that I can just quickly move soldiers wherever they need to go as needed. But obviously it's not going to be a lot, and we'll probably have to do multiple layers of defenses at some point as well, but for now this is it's acceptable.
Building completed.
You can probably just drop down some turrets too. Turrets obviously are fine, except for the fact that you can't move them around, so that's why I'm trying to avoid building turrets whenever I can. No, it's not even a joke. Apparently someone will say a word, like I'll say a word, and everyone will freak out because I don't know how to say it. Like, what's a common word? When I was playing Hytale the other day, a chasm, right? Apparently, I pronounce it chasm, but apparently chasm's the incorrect way to say it, and it's actually pronounced chasm. And I'm like, that's weird. Why is it spelled like that? It looks like it should be pronounced chasm, but it's apparently chasm. So I was like, all right, it's chasm now. I just think it's like, I think it's funny. Maybe not everyone thinks it's funny though. English is a very normal language. That's Arkansas. I know that much. I know how to pronounce a U.S. state. I'm not that incompetent. This attack's coming in very quickly. Where's my rangers? I need like bait rangers. I need to see where these are coming in.
Okay.
Basically, we'll react based on where I see the enemy coming from. Okay, so they're coming up from up north. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is we're gonna pull the rangers up there, and I think they're gonna come in here. So I think what we do is we're gonna try to peel half of them to the other tower set, and maybe we can hold them off that way. That's what we have to do. Yeah, let's get these guys in there. It's these guys over here, and we'll try to peel half of the horde. See that giant doom stack over there? It also gives us a little bit of time to try to repair. Well, I know aluminum, aluminium, potato, you know, words, English. Do I have enough to build a... Well, I don't think I can build the wasp fast enough, even if I would like to. Having the turret would be great, but it might be a little slow. So we're going to try to bait some of these guys out, and maybe that'll give us a little bit of extra time. It's really not as big of a horde as I thought it was going to be. Okay, actually get some of these guys up there. There we go. Make sure the towers are fully filled up. Okay. So we'll try to pull out half of these guys over here. Come on. Follow the ranger. Follow the ranger. Right over there. Come on, buddy. Alright. Come on, we'll just run back in there. This might actually be a little too much of a horde to handle, but maybe we can deal with it. We'll see. Thankfully, these are very strong turrets, but need more bodies over there. And I need to keep a lot of my other soldiers stationed where they are, just in case for like smaller bits. It's getting a little nasty. All right, let's pull these guys out here. Pull these guys out here. So I think what we can do is we should be able to attack from the rear side. I don't know if we can pull them out completely, but as long as that gate holds, we'll do what we can. Right, start shooting. There we go. So now we're shooting from the rear side, so we can clear them on two ends. They're still holding. That tower's holding. Walls are falling apart. But the army holds. Okay, that guy survived. Oh wow, we lived. Amazing. That actually did not go too poorly at all. That actually went quite well. This is actually one of those stages where I think AoE is going to be a lot more relevant. So if we can maybe move towards foundry units quicker, that'd be great. Although we will need to find a way to rush to the oil. Let us build the foundry. Just kidding, I don't have 40 workers. Okay, well, we can fix that by just upgrading everything and start slapping out more generic houses. So we'll do 1, 2, 3. I normally like to do these in batches of 8, but maybe that's not feasible right now. Oh, we're out of power again. Means I need more mills. So I gotta keep building more of these stupid things. It's the only way to get more power. Windmills for days. Okay. So that should be a fairly sizable upgrade. And then it's just a matter of, do we have enough troops to keep filling out our ranks? Okay, I also forgot about this area here that I was working on. And obviously we gotta rebuild the walls that we had lost, which thankfully shouldn't be too difficult. We'll just add a stone wall here. We're gonna start double layering this, I think. So we'll do stone here, and we'll do a 2 wide gap like this, just so we have a little bit of extra workable space. Like that. Maybe put some snipers up there or something, I don't know. Usually when it comes to large hordes, snipers are fine if you have enough, if you're dealing with like large quantities of if there's a decent amount of special units. But if it's all just like weak goobers, like these decrepits, then I think just having the standard soldiers are probably better. At least that's always been my opinion. Okay, so that's more power. Now we should be able to build. We gotta wait until the next batch of people join in. Get these guys situated in one of these towers here. Probably put you here. Oh, actually, let's get them down here. We need towers here. So, I don't know, would you like to see They Are Billions again in the future? I think tomorrow I was planning on doing Star Sector. Because it's been a while since we've done Star Sector. And I think some people have been asking, can you do the funny Star game? So, but also, I have people asking me to do Hoi 4. So, Hoi 4, Star Sector, one of the two. I haven't decided which one is going to be yet. But those are all both valid options for tomorrow's stream. I'll make the decision, obviously, once we get closer to stream. I know some games people don't want me to play, but I like Hoi 4 a lot. I just wish Hoi 4's DLC wasn't so bad. You know what I mean? Hoi 4's DLC is just... Oh, there's also, like... I could also do a city builder. I've actually been playing that, that one that I played on stream the other day, Town to City. And I've actually reached the max city size. Or max city rank. Because it's a fairly easy game. The game is very much like a cozy builder type game anyways, so it's not much to think about once you kind of get everything you want or need. I don't know where to put this foundry. This thing eats up an annoying amount of space. I'm just gonna put it here. I mean, I could do the funny map game. I like funny map games, but funny map games are not for everyone. Funny map games require a certain... and I said this earlier, but every time I play a funny map game, there's always the weird people. They come into chat and they're like, they either tell me how to play the game, or they're like, can you do this specific thing? Or they speak entirely in Russian, and I'm like, I don't read a lick of Russian, buddy. Like, you need to speak English. Like, I get you're excited to see someone play. That happened too, like when I was playing Rimworld the other day. And obviously, since we're doing like a Soviet-themed colony, we had people coming in like speaking in Russian, and I'm like, please speak in English. Like, okay, I never really understood, like,
The train has arrived at the station.
I just never understand. Like, I understand what you're saying, but I also just don't understand, like, what drives a person to come into a stream where the person is clearly speaking one language, and then they come in and they're like, they start immediately speaking in another language. Like, you know, that's the part that always confused me. Like, I'm obviously speaking English. Please speak English.
Building complete.
Maybe I'm crazy. I don't know.
Building
And rest of the things I'm... Okay, fair enough. Yeah, I guess we should be a little wary of what we say, unfortunately. I guess we do need to be a little wary.
attention.
Okay, we are out of...
Completed.
Okay, so now we can research the advanced mill. Oh, we gotta get the oil now. All right, time to move towards oil. So I think we'll leave this there, and then we'll just try to piggyback across here.
Building
I think
completed.
we'll go for this oil rig here.
Building completed. Attention.
It's okay. You don't have to worry. I think I can understand what you might be trying to say. I do agree that there's some crazy things going on. So, do we do a lot of Soviet memes? I don't know. I'm not gonna be able to finish this mission tonight because I'm gonna be going to bed soon. But
Attention.
we'll see. This game does not have a speed up function, by the way, which is very interesting. Like, you have to just play this in real time. So that's why a whole mission can take like up to 3 hours if you,
The train has arrived.
assuming you don't cock it up.
They are trying
I do
to
think it's
break
interesting,
through.
but it is a little frustrating that it takes so long. They are trying to break through. Well, they're not going to break through this. They can try.
Attention.
They're not going to succeed.
Research finished.
There we go. Keep upgrading all those walls. I want stone walls everywhere. We'll trip off chat filters like Scunthorpe did. What did Scunthorpe do? Upgrade these towers while we're at it too. Yeah, look at all those upgrades.
Finished.
Also get some. Start upgrading the mills. Oh, thank goodness. I thought these required oil. It's just gold. You just need a lot of gold. Thank goodness. Well, that's easy enough to upgrade then. So upgrading that, and then let's start. We do need the oil anyway, so that's not a bad idea to start moving in that direction. Because I'd like to be able to get the AoE units. I think we have access to a shock tower if I research it. Here we go. Shocking tower, EMP pulse, not a bad idea. 900 gold to research, which we should grab
Attention.
any moment now.
Building completed.
I'm almost overdue to take my my pain medication, so I am getting a little achy in the mouth, so that's probably why I have to end sooner rather than later. I see what came the oh yeah, okay, that took me a second to realize. Hey, I notice things, but I don't notice things that easily. All right, we gotta keep making more soldiers, more victims. You know what's really funny? I believe Pokemon has an issue with stuff like that all the time, because the Pokemon filters are very strict with like names. So someone could have like that could actually like be their name, and they're not gonna be allowed to use it. I think the same thing with like if you do ASS like in any form, the chat filter is so strict that it just blocks it completely, which is really unfortunate if that's actually somehow in your name. I think it's funny, but also a little tragic if you got names like that. We need more food, huh? We'll probably add another farm here. Probably throw another couple hunters' cottages somewhere here. They don't want to be next to the farms, unfortunately, but I can probably put it here. Any other spots where I can shove one of these things in here for easy food? That's probably as good as we're gonna get for that. Okay. Could do on this side as well, but I don't know if we can, because generally you can't. You can only work each of these buildings once. Specialist might get tripped by the idiotic word filter. Cody is a bad name on Pokemans you discovered. Can't name one in Scarlet. Is it because it has the word die? Are you not allowed to say the word die in Pokemon? Unironically, that's probably what it is. Okay, so we can get to the oil. Just to expand the power lines just a little bit further. If we can expand it out here so we can defend that area, that'd be great. So I think we'll go... This seems fine. And then also over here, so we can seal this off too. And then we'll go one more down this way. One more over here should seal that off completely. And then we're going to start adding the funny towers that we've been kind of putting off for quite some time. First of all, let's unlock the advanced farm. We can start getting the better farms. And two, start putting down this shocking electric tower that will just AoE blast everything. Oh, trust me, I know. I wish I could set up a chat filter on... I don't like doing chat filters all the time too, because like sometimes people will say like a legitimate thing or like an actual term in another language, and I don't want to accidentally like trip it up. You know what I mean? I think this entire run is just going to be funded by shocking towers. We're going to need a lot of windmills. Yeah, we're going to need a lot of mills. That's fine. Shocking towers will help at least keep these areas clear. Let's just go dump these guys in there. Perfect. Get these guys in these towers here. I want to make sure these towers are nice and set up for defenses. Really, my biggest issue is I don't have enough money. Now we get more money from having more buildings, but you need money to make the buildings bigger. It's a perpetual cycle of pain and suffering. Get more of these bad boys out too. I'm back in Rum Stream. You were talking about engineering and getting auto-modded. What could you have been saying that the auto-mod would have been flagged? That's what I do. I always, when people say like you do get auto-modded, I always wonder like, what did you say that would have tripped up an auto-mod? That's always what I'm curious about. Obviously, not everyone's saying something. You're not. I'm not saying you're saying something bad, but I just think it's really funny. Like, what could it have been? What could you have said that the auto mod was like? This seems a little naughty. If you kept flagging, oh, maybe it's one of those things like talking about like injury or self-harm would be my guess. Unironically, that's probably what it is. A lot of chat filters nowadays are very strict about like making sure you're not talking about self-harm and shenanigans like that, and it makes sense. Some people just don't want to have that type of, you know, discussion topic. Can't really control that. Some people are more comfortable with that. I'm usually okay with people coming in and saying weird things. I've made that clear before. Like, people come in all the time and start telling me about their life problems, and I'm okay with that. I've never really had an issue with that type of thing. Can I build this over here? Trying to get to the other... I'm trying to just seal this off here is my current goal. Look at this beautiful thing. This thing is amazing. I love how shocking that looks. Just gotta make more of them. We need more money. Gonna upgrade more houses. More houses getting upgraded means more money. Especially because the next wave in 5 days. I wonder if we can actually make it to the next attack wave before I have to end stream. We might. We'll see. Yeah, because we're getting oil now, which is good. These are obviously getting upgraded as well. You broke your growth plate knuckle in your knuckle for some reason. For some reason, you narrowed down to using the finger in high school. Ah! That's such a weird thing to flag. But my guess is it probably was like, oh, this probably means something lewd. We better ban it from reaching the eyes of these poor souls who don't want to hear about it. That's probably my guess. It's probably the Automod probably thought it was something like lewd or something. Which sounds dumb to us, yes, but you know, with companies, they don't want to take any chances. They want to just make sure as much as possible that it's whatever you're going to say is safe. Right? Can I just add maybe just add a few wasps here? I actually have no idea what like these actually consume in terms of resources. These might be really cheap. Just generic turrets that I could just keep slamming out.
Building completed.
I don't know if I want to expand all the way here, but I guess we're already committed to expanding all the way out there. That's fine. It's a very odd map. I just don't know where the next attack wave is coming, and at least the waves haven't been too intense, but I definitely need to start doubling up some of these areas. All the stone we have is just going to keep getting ripped apart. I need to start building I need another warehouse. Oh my goodness. Got Automod champ until recently. I see. Ah, back to... I think we'll be able to get through the last wave, and we'll see where we go from there. Definitely need more turrets here. Okay, so let's add another warehouse, because we are using a decent chunk of resources. So a warehouse does increase your gains, so why don't we put the gains machine down here to maximize our iron and stone. Okay. And then we're gonna start figuring out where we need to start doubling up. Also, we need more soldiers over there too. Like, we just need more of these bad boys. Okay, so this area for sure needs extended defenses, so we're gonna start expanding the defensive line here as best as we can. And we'll even add like an extra wall here, although we're out of stone again because stone is our... Oh, that's what I was afraid of. Okay. I wasn't paying attention, and now I'm gonna be punished for this. Okay. So I was trying to build walls here. I wasn't fast enough, unfortunately, so now we gotta go over here, quickly knock these guys out before they can destroy the rest of our area up here. We'll repair everything. Yeah, I didn't get enough soldiers over here. Okay, so we'll get this guy over here. This is not sealed yet. Okay, that was my mistake. That was my mistake. Okay, let's get you here, and let's get the remainder over here for now. We can maybe try to protect this as best as we can.
What's up? Any infected around?
The walls are under attack.
The walls are under attack. That's fine. Are we dead yet? No, we're very much alive. You think I'm gonna die that quickly? We actually did die earlier. Yeah, you missed it earlier. We did explode.
Roger that.
Attention. Building completed.
Let's pivot this guy over there. Let's quickly slam out a few just generic defenses. I think a simple wasp should protect a good chunk of this here. And then obviously these soldiers are coming out to just commit crimes. We haven't had a chance to seal this off yet, which we're going to try doing now. Just like that, that's fine. Seal it off, put a few towers. We can maybe put a few soldiers on these things. And then maybe a wasp, simple protection. Over here, we definitely want to start doing like, if they're going to flow in here, we can definitely try to gun them down. But I just don't know like what direction the enemy will be flowing through. One of these things here is fine. And then this I want to seal off. So seal this like this. Hello, Xanth. Good evening. You can't scare me. I am now immune to your attempts at making me scared. I've become stronger than you could ever imagine. Okay, this at least is well protected. This probably needs a shock tower here, is my guess. Because if there's too many... But again, I don't know where they're coming from, and I wish I knew. I wish I could predict it. But I can't. We can probably add a few more shock towers, though. Where would a shock tower make the most sense? Probably something... Here is fine. We need a decent chunk of stone for these things, too. I guess if they attack in this area, we can probably just drop one in here and then fully surround it and just full protecto mode. Like, this is probably dumb, but it'll work. Alright. So that's fine. And we need to seal this entire upper area up as well. We know they might attack in this direction, but I want to just seal it. You add enough things to protect it, it'll be fine. 30 stream watch streak is crazy, by the way. I wish I had an award for you, but I don't have an award for you. I have nothing I can give you other than thanks for watching 30 streams in a row. Oh, shoot. Are we still making soldiers? You're on 38? Oh my gosh. I wonder what Ray's on. Ray's probably on like 100. I don't know if she even presses the button. Maybe you have to press the button to actually get that information. Let's upgrade this real fast. Thanks, Elbow for the follow. I don't know how to pronounce your name. Okay. We will be able to get through the last attack and see kind of if our defenses hold, but I don't know if we'll hold. We'll try our best, but as you can see, it's a little rough. I'm gonna put a few of these wasps just kind of flesh up areas where we can't really set up more defenses, because these are fairly cheap. I mean, they do have a small salary of like what, 2 gold and 1 electricity, but it's relatively cheap in the grand scheme of things. At least gives us a small bit of protection while we're trying to figure out where else we need to set up defenses. Yeah, because these are like just... Oh, okay. They're coming in from the south. Okay, so they're coming in this direction. Ah, yes. Guess what? They're coming in the direction where I didn't get a chance to properly upgrade all those defenses. Fantastic. All right, let's get over there. Just drop a bunch of these things. Maybe it'll be enough. When in doubt, spam. Spam is the solution. All right, let's get these guys down there. I need to figure out if they're attacking here or here. If we can figure that out, then I think we can adjust and adapt. Okay, so we'll pull these guys out. Pull these guys out. Pull you out. Pull you out. And then let's just start sorting this through. Let's put them in like 2 separate categories. Grab a ranger while we're at it. I can use the ranger as bait. So the sacrificial ranger will help figure us where we're gonna go next. Okay, we have a couple of wasps at least, and obviously we're still spitting out more soldiers, but not enough. All right, will the city hold? Now that we have more defense. Okay, so they're coming in this direction. So my guess is that they'll attack here first.
Of course.
So let's go over here. And let's get situated on the towers. It is a 1 deep tower, which is not good. But what I might be able to do is bait some of them, not all of them, this way. The other ranger out here too. Bait into this wall here. Yeah, okay, this is what we'll try. What else we got? We don't have any other units right now, right? Okay. So I think we'll try to split into 2 groups. And that's probably a lot easier to manage if we do it that way. We're also going to empty this out here. So go here, you go here, and is there any other soldier stacks that I can pull out? Okay, so we're going to pull all these 19 soldiers and bring them down here, because I might need them. Alright, so let's see if we can start pulling them away. Let's just try to peel. There we go. See, now we peeled like half of, we peeled a chunk of them. We're going to take you, peel the rest of them here. Okay, come on. We're going to... Okay. I didn't want to peel them over there. Okay, peel over here. No, go this way. Come on, this way. Oh, shoot. Okay, good, so far so good. Alright, so we're peeling some of them away. Okay, good. Pull out here. I don't know if that can actually handle that much. We gotta go back in there and pull some of them out. Okay, I may not have guessed this correctly. Alright, let's go out here. Okay, that's going the... Oh, shoot, that's not good. Over here now. We need to hope that we can get there fast enough. Where's the Rangers? Let's see if we can peel like half of these. Okay, you stand here and fight. So we can peel some of these out. Okay, so just distract this lower half here. You should be able to hold that off. Go out here. You go over here. This Lone Ranger. The Lone Ranger is doing so much effort. Okay, pull out here. Pull out here. And then this guy's we're just start gunning them from the rear side. And hopefully we can maybe do something about that.
They are attacking the colony's defenses.
Just keep distracting them. Yes, 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 yes. Keep following the little lassie. You want to keep following her. Exactly. Okay, keep moving this way. We gotta alleviate pressure off the rear. Or off that wall. Okay. So far so good. Now the problem is that once they get in there, it's gonna be really bad. Okay, keep running. Don't stop. Don't stop. Don't stop. That's what I was afraid of. They were gonna break into the wall. Okay, keep holding. Yep, just keep distracting them. They haven't broken through everything yet. They're still distracted by the gate and the wasps. I can just maybe just slam this out here. Okay, good. Keep pushing through the rear. Distracting and keep holding. They'll probably destroy that base. That's fine. It's okay. Moving around here. The problem is that if it cascades too far, we might be too far gone. Because if they... You see the zombies are starting to push in. Okay, the ranger died. We weren't making any more soldiers, were we? Okay. It's not over here. We need to quickly... We need to stem this now. Pull this out here. Okay. They're holding, but now the problem is that the inside of the colony is starting to fall apart. If the zombies get over here, it's all over. They're holding, but it might not be enough. Yeah, see this? I'm trying to run over here to distract them and maybe use the soldiers as bait. Okay, keep slamming out more soldiers. Maybe we can be lucky, but we might not have the reason. We're out of food. Yep. Keep moving over here. Come on. Yep, alright, it's over. I messed up. This is very easy, like, one simple mistake can just kill the entire run. And I think that's where I messed up. I thought I could have I was pulling them over here, but I ended up pulling them in here, where it's a very tight corridor, and it's strong, but not strong enough. So yeah, it's all over, because now you see the zombies they're going to start running towards the main buildings. Now there's a chance we could recover, but... Yeah, but the... Bad things compound rapidly in this game. Yeah. Well, it was a good attempt. I think 2 attempts tonight, even though I haven't played this game in a long time, so it was kind of fun to, you know, revisit the title and see how far I could make it. Wasn't the best experience. Was it? I tried. Maybe we'll revisit the game again in the future. Not sure yet. We'll see. Obviously, we're doing, like, only... This is, by the way, not the highest difficulty. I'm literally looking on Twitch right now. There's some guy who's streaming at 900% no pause difficulty, and I'm like, that's insane. I do not have that level of insanity in me to play this type of game. But some people do, and they are far braver than I. Far, far braver than I. All right. Who do I even rate at this hour? Let's see. Oh, who's even alive? We rated the Bunsenberry. I guess I can rate Issen. We haven't rated Issen in about 2 weeks, it looks like, according to my list. Sure. We can rate Issen. Let's shout out. Raid Issen the vampire, who is playing some game called some weird indie game called Minecraft. Actually, you can't even call Minecraft indie anymore. Minecraft is a full corpo game. So Hi Normar, I see you there too. I saw your message on YouTube, and thank you for the follow, Monsieur Dovin Doragon. Hopefully you enjoyed the stream. I will be back tomorrow. I haven't decided what I'm gonna do, but tomorrow is not a vote. Today was the vote game. Tomorrow is not a vote, so I'll just pick something and we'll play it. Hopefully you enjoy it too. Appreciate everyone who joined today, all the new followers, comrades who joined us. If you're not on the Discord server, there is a Discord server where I post a lot of stuff and make announcements there. And you'll find out when I stream on there. Other than that, I'll be back tomorrow and I will figure something out. Say hi to Issen. Good lad. He keeps asking me if I want to collab one day, I think, with some factory game, but I haven't committed to anything because I'm very... I don't collab with people, like, almost ever. It's not because of other people, it's because of me. Because I'm one of those weird loner types. Maybe one day. Anyways, good night, everyone. Thanks for joining. And also, thank you all the people who rated and all that jazz. Good night, everyone. I got medicine to take.